shedding 6 times. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to I Shot Him 6 Times and another edition of Slasher Sunday with myself and Hunting for Entertainment. How is everyone in the chat doing tonight? Hope everybody had a great Sunday. Me personally, long day, work, you know what I mean? Just got off work not too long ago, so it took me a little bit to get everything set up. And me and Bob, we're talking backstage for a little bit, you know what I mean? But thank you for joining. Hit the chat box. This is a live stream. As we are going to be talking about Scream 6, Scream 6, the location. It's how I'm fucking tired, guys. Sorry. But the location, I have a few photos thanks to Dino Spermani. If he's in the chat tonight, thank you again, Dino, for sending me a couple of those set photos. That was very kind of you, and we're definitely going to touch on those photos because I definitely want to get your opinion, Bob, because man, I was looking at them and I have something very, very interesting, especially when it comes to have you seen did I send you the set photos?
No, you only sent them to Jordan.
Fuck, I thought I sent them to you too. I'm sorry about that.
But hey, think about it this way: you're getting a live reaction the first time seeing them. So
that is true. That is true. So what we have here, because we're gonna delve right into it, because I'll say we'll go to like 2:00 tonight. We'll go like an hour and 20 minutes on. I mean, we already talked about it. We don't want to go too late tonight. You know what I mean? And stuff. Been a long day. Want to get some rest and then go super hard the next 2 days because I have off and stuff. But definitely wanted to talk about this set location pictures and stuff. And the first one I want to start with is this van, Bob, this news van. Now, I don't know if you can see. I wish I could fucking zoom in. But on the van, it says WGDF News. Yep. Now, what's interesting about that, and I was just watching Scream 5 earlier. I didn't get to finish it because I wanted, that scene with Mindy we were talking about last night. I didn't get to that scene. But I got as far as basically when Dewey died and Gail was, getting out of the van or whatever and stuff and being held back by Sam. And I saw in that van that is not the same. It's not the same letters. It's not the same company. Now, my initial 2 thoughts was, okay, maybe now Gail is working for somebody else, or are we going to have a Mrs. Loomis type character who is like working as a reporter for another, company that could be a possible red herring? I don't want to see another Mrs. Loomis, as a reveal and killer. But what if they take that character, in terms of the reporter part of it, and now we have 2 reporters, and this one, much like Mrs. Loomis, is up Gail's butt, but maybe this time around, Gail's like, I don't want to cover it. I don't want nothing to do with these new Ghostface, I don't want nothing to do with that. And this reporter's like, you have to spring back into action. Like, I kind of got this feeling that maybe, just maybe, it's kind of going to be like the Mrs. Loomis character with a little bit of Jennifer from Scream 3. You know what I mean? Like, because I always loved that dynamic between Parker Posey and Courtney Cox. And I really wish they would have kept Parker Posey alive, because I thought that, in all honesty, like, I even wanted to go as far as seeing like a comedy spinoff with those 2 or something, because I loved them 2 in that movie. Like, they were so good in their dialogue going against each other and stuff. And just seeing that news van, it just and watching the movie earlier, I'm like, yeah, that's not the same company. So either Gail switched companies, or this is a completely new character that could be working for this company. What do you think about what I'm thinking? Like, what are your thoughts on that? What do you What do you feel about that news van?
I think it's even possible. Well, I like your theory. I think this might be the return of Joel.
I actually thought a little bit about that. But I thought a little bit about that, but then I was like, I kind of backed up off of it, you know what I mean, and stuff. But that did cross my mind a little bit.
And
Did
hear me out on this. Hear
yeah,
me out. What if like we could have an opening attack in New York? I say the whole movie's going to mostly revolve New York. I think we'll have some cutbacks to Woodsboro and that, but the majority of it's going to be New York. What if we see an opening attack in the news thing, and the company that Joel's working for, he's still that cameraman, but the reporter there wasn't telling him what was going on, why they're going to New York at first, and this is our return, and we get to see what he kind of has been doing for a little bit. Or, and this is a stretch though, or you could make a case it could involve him maybe working with Kirby. Maybe he feels bad for the whole Randy death, and say Kirby has been living in Ohio, for instance, because we don't know where she has been living. That's still up for debates. We have no physical proof where she's been. You can say she's been anywhere. What
oh yeah,
it's possible those two could have been working together, like doing some things together. Because who's to say Joel wasn't the cameraman when when Gail was interviewing Kirby? Because we saw that Survivor clip
yeah,
giving the interview, so he could have been the cameraman in the studio doing that, and maybe he's kind of hiding her out, keeping her safe. Because not many people associate like two with Joel, so he'd be more on the safe end of that. Because Joel
yeah.
left through that
That
movie,
could
so he
work
really
too.
wasn't.
That could work too because we don't know who is interviewing Kirby.
Yeah,
We don't know who is interviewing Kirby in that YouTube video that obviously gave the Easter egg that she is alive. So that could work too. You know what I mean? That really could. That could be the return of Joel. And I think that really could work because, like you said, you have the backstory. What has he been up to all these years and stuff? Or what if you know what I mean? He's been a newscaster in that area. The attack on Gail happens, and then like obviously because of his connection, his company's like, hey, you got to take this story. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like that's definitely some
yeah,
avenues you can go with with that Joel theory as well. I think we both have two really good interesting theories as to what this news van could mean and if there's a different character behind it outside of Gail working for a new company. Because I just I don't I mean I don't see why. I mean, if especially if this is supposed to be taken a year later. Now, obviously, we don't know how if it is going to be based a year later. This is just obviously the release date of the movie and
yeah.
stuff. But I just can't see that quick of a turnaround for Gail, unless, of course, you know what I mean. She got a better opportunity, you know what I mean, and stuff with this new company. That could be possible as well. But I actually like our theories a little bit better than that. I think this could either be a whole new character, being like I said, like a Mrs. Loomis type
Yeah.
character, or whatever, or this could be the return of Joel as well.
Although you could make an argument for Gail working at a different company because she did say she pretty much didn't want to report and give Amber and Richie the fame that she pretty much gave Stu and Billy. So they could have fired her over it. So there you could still connect it to her
That is
working with a
true.
new company, but
That is true.
I don't think they'll go that far. I think it's gonna be either like a Mrs. Loomis-esque or even Joel coming back after Gail was attacked.
Yeah.
And who
Well,
knows? It could lead something in with Kirby returning too, because he's like, "You're coming with me," because we both know Gail. Like if he's been hiding her, you could connect Kirby in with that.
yeah. And see, the interesting thing about you saying though about them possibly firing her is that could also work too, because what if they sat there and tried to make her cover the story about her husband's death? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like maybe they try to sit there and say, we want you to do a whole segment talking about your relationship. She's like, no, I don't want to do it. And they're like, well, if you don't do it, we're going to we're going to terminate your contract. And she's like, fuck it, go ahead. I'm Gail Weathers. I can go any fucking where. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like anybody will be happy to have me. You know what I mean? So that could work as well. There's definitely some avenues, but that really caught my eye with that news van because that when I first initially saw that news van, I was like, I don't think that's the letters I saw in Scream 5 on Gail's van. Let me go watch this movie and check. That would be another thing I'll check for. And voila,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's what I found. This is a whole different reporting van. So it's going to be interesting to see what we get out of that. You know what I mean? But I like our theories for sure, man. Like I think this could either be a whole new character that kind of resembles that Mrs. Loomis character, and I just hope that if it is that type of character, say it's not the Return of Joel, and it is this whole new character who's kind of like a Mrs. Loomis type character in terms of the reporter side, the Debbie Salt side. I just hope that they don't fucking go as far as this is going to be who the killer is, because that would be repeating Scream 2. You know what I mean? Like even if they're not a parent of Richie, Amber, Leslie Mocker, even like I don't want that. What I would want if that is a whole new character, but you're going to pass off Mrs. Loomis vibes, let them have a real big red herring piece. You know what I mean? Like because then you can, you know what I mean, really go some directions with that.
Yeah.
All right, we have 22 comments. Holy shit, we got 5 people watching. Thank you guys for joining. Let me catch up with some of these comments real quick before we check out some more of these photos. Carrie, Triple C, what is going on, Carrie? How you doing tonight, girl? Thank you for stopping in.
Welcome, Carrie. Glad you could stop by. Always glad to see you in the comment section.
What's going on, Ghostface? Ghostface. Thank you for hanging around, man. You've been freaking waiting, honestly, since like 12 o'clock, and we didn't start till 12:35 or whatever. I appreciate you hanging out, man. Ghostface Fanatic says, I think there's going to be an attack in New York. Oh, well, I know there definitely is, Ghostface, and I'm about to bring up some photos that further validates that. I think it was part of the opening scene, but maybe not. Possibly. That's what Ghostface Fanatic says. I made a video on Joel returning and being the cameraman again. I'm gonna definitely check out that video, Ghostface, and see what you have to say. You know what I mean? Because Bob does make a very interesting point, because this could be the return of Joel. You know, wouldn't be shit if Joel is there in town covering the fucking bingo finals for New York. What a way to bring his character back. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I'm covering the bingo final. Yeah, well, I heard about you though, so I had to come check on you. You know?
Yeah.
I always love that part. I always love that introduction of Joel when he's introducing himself to Gail, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I shot the bingo finals last year. Almost won an award for."
Yeah, but no, if I had to pick an opening kill, if they're not going to go with like Gail's studio getting a call on that in there and like just taunting her, and then he kills like most of the people there, I actually would like a call back to the opening. You use one of Will and Jada's kids in the opening kill. Give that nice homage. You could use either of them.
You think we could still Willow Smith in there?
Yeah, I'd be down to see Willow Smith getting killed in that. And what if that's the only scene we get out of college? We could technically be during some kind of break or something, and that might be the only thing we see at the college itself.
That could be. You know what I mean? There's also the possibility that we could see the opening kill take place in New York, and then, like you said, what if they do like a couple months later, like Time Jump or something like that, and then it's back in Woodsboro or whatever, and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
or hear me out on this, because we won't know where they're going to college. Obviously, we know the remaining that the core four now at least know who Gail is to an extent, at least with Sam and Tara. Okay, Mindy and Chad, you can make some kind of argument they don't really know, but you could do a thing where they're watching a TV and then we see them watching it and we pan into the studio and we're kind of there ourselves in that studio, and we see it all happening for our own eyes, but we know that they were watching it at the college campus.
Yeah.
And that's what draws them into New York.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad at all, honestly. That could work. I like that idea. I do.
I mean,
I
there's
mean,
a few different ways you could go. I mean, and it's funny, everybody says, it's getting tiresome with Scream 6. Yeah, somehow we still come up with some different new concepts that kind of could stick or not stick.
yeah, yeah, that is true. This is definitely going to be interesting to see with that band, man. I'm excited. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited to see what's behind who's in the band, who's working with that company. Is it Gail or is it a new character? Or is it Joel? Man, that got me excited. I know, honestly, I did
Part of
not
me
think.
just, part of me really wants it to be Joel because I just want Joel back.
Yeah, right. Why not, man? Joel was a fun character. I like Joel. I like Joel a lot. Dwayne Martin is funny, man. I enjoyed his movies. Like he doesn't get enough credit for the good movies he put out in the '90s. In all honesty, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. He's very underrated, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's right, Carrie. That's right, Carrie. Did you get that on film? Yes, I got that on film. Oh man, fucking love Dwayne Martin. He's hilarious. Ghostface Next says he could have met Martha at Randy's funeral, maybe, or Martha could have been going to the same college as Randy, but was never around. Um,
Well, the funeral I would have a problem with because in most people's arguments, they bring up that's when they'd be dead, but that would make Joel a creep at that point because of
yeah,
the
because
age gap.
Mindy, Martha's a few years younger, I think, than Randy.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I think so.
now the college thing I could agree with if we're gonna go there, but the whole funeral because everybody says then that's when they would have started dating. That would kind of make Joel a little bit of a creep
Yeah,
if he because they'd have to explain why he fell in love with someone who was under 18 and it would just be wrong at that point. But the college, you can make an argument with she went to the same college as Randy
yes, you
to
can.
Windsor.
Yeah, you can make that argument. You can.
It's just I just don't buy the funeral. And plus, I know everyone wants to say, oh, he would feel bad for the whole death of Randy. But in reality, what purpose would he have to go to that funeral? There'd be no real purpose for him to be there.
Right,
Gail and
right.
Dewey would make sense to be there. Obviously, from the events in '96, they knew Joel. Okay, yeah, it was kind of the same vein in that, but it's like he's not going to feel as bad now. If it was Gail, it would have been a different story, as that was kind of like his boss.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm almost on the point where what if Joel does come back, but he's not even Mindy and Chad's dad? He's just Joel.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather him just be Joel. I'd rather
Yeah,
not
like,
know who the kids are, like who the father is.
yeah, exactly. Like I would want it to be a whole different character. Like I get it because his real last name is Dwayne Martin, and we never did get Joel's official last name in Scream 2. But I think it would almost just kind of be too cliche just to bring Joel back. I would just want you to just bring Joel back because he's Joel. And it'd be a nice homage to have that character back after all these years. You know what I mean? Like I don't want there to be a little underlying story that hey he's Chad and Mindy's dad or whatever. I mean if
But
we get it,
also, if he is Chad
I
Mindy's
wouldn't
dad,
be
then why
mad.
the hell was he not around when they were getting attacked in 5?
Right,
And
right,
it makes no sense at that point.
right. And where has he been all these years? Like you know what I mean? Like obviously he might be a big time news reporter and stuff like that, but like it would still kind of make him look like a piece of shit father. Like you don't contact your kids, like you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
and then you're
Like
not even showing up when they're being attacked.
right, right. Oh shit. Conrad in the chat. What's going on, Conrad? How you doing tonight,
Hey,
man?
welcome
Thanks for
in,
popping
Conrad.
in. Now I don't want to jinx it, but I will say this. You know what I mean? I don't know because obviously, you know what I mean. I haven't. I mean, I think I would know because I would see it in the chat. You know what I mean? But so far here, the last couple streams, especially on our streams, Bob, we've been avoiding the bot bite. Like, in all honesty, I haven't seen any bots popping up all like that. Now watch a bot come in and jinx this shit. Watch.
Yeah, that'll happen. Last few
Like,
streams I've been in, we've avoided that. I mean, we
yeah,
avoided it in Mavs, we avoided it in our wrestlings, we avoided
yeah,
it in the other Slasher Sunday. Hell, we even avoided it in Jordan's.
yeah. That's right. Let's keep that trend going. You know what? I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start. We're gonna start taking note of that. How long we can go without a bot in the fucking stream?
Yeah,
How long we can go without a bot entering the damn stream? I would love to see how long this is gonna take.
yeah.
I'd set a new YouTube record. Gary says, "All thanks, guys. Giving Supernatural a break and got to see my boys killing it on Slasher Sunday. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that, honestly.
Well, we could call it Slasher Sunday, but where I live, it's technically Slasher Monday.
Yeah, it is really Slasher Monday. You know what I mean? Do you think? I mean, because in all honesty, we're going to be going at 12 a.m. from now on. This is going to be the new
Why don't we
time.
call it Murderer Monday?
Why not? We could. I'm not opposed to switching it up. It would make more sense to switch it up at this point because we are leading into Monday. So it's like now, if it was like at 11:30, 11:45, we could still keep it, but it does make more sense because we're in Monday now. You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, Sunday night ends at 12 a.m.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
I still say to keep it within the same initials, just Murderer Monday. I mean, we do talk about the murderers.
that is true. That is true. You know what? What we'll do is this. We'll be fair. We have 4 people watching right now. So, guys in chat, vote. Should we keep Slasher Sunday or should we change it to Murderer Monday? You guys go ahead, take it away. I'll let you guys vote on this. We'll see. We'll see what we come up with.
Yeah, we shall see. Well, Ghostface Fanatics already in with Maniac Monday, but
It's not a bad one either. Conrad says, I think this time around, Gail should receive a phone call from Ghostface, have the killer get in her head a little bit, play mind games. No, I agree. Me and Bob both agree. We both talked about this. We would love to see. A lot of people don't like it, but we want to see that Scream 3 Ghostface change, that ghost face changer, voice changer, and we want them to use Dewey's voice.
Yep. But technically, Gail did receive a call, but Randy took the phone before Gail could answer.
Yes.
So this time she would have to receive it, not just get it, but receive it. Now I gotta be an ass. Now I gotta be a real asshole on this one. I'm seeing Carrie have Mayhem Monday and Ness and Ambi having Mayhem Monday. Well, if we do Mayhem Monday, we're going back to old school wrestling.
I mean,
I remember them days when there were certain pay-per-views with the term mayhem in them.
Remember the video game was WCW Mayhem.
Yeah, the video game was mayhem, and so be careful what you guys ask for. We might incorporate something. Don't give us bad ideas.
That's not bad, though. It's not too bad. Mayhem Monday.
I like Conrad.
I think Conrad got it. I think Conrad might got it. Honestly, yeah, I really like that.
I do, but technically we're in Monday morning.
Monday morning mayhem. Damn, but that Monday night mayhem does sound juicy. Oh man, I don't know.
Night.
We might have. I mean, we could. All right, so then just what we do. You know what I mean? We keep Slasher Sunday. You know what I mean? We keep it, you know what I mean? And it still kind of resonates with Sunday night. You know what I mean? But maybe we do a live stream for Monday Night Mayhem, and not only do we cover, you know, obviously horror and shit, we add some wrestling into it.
Let me ask you something. Are you gonna have off mostly Mondays?
Yeah, every Monday.
I got an idea. we could start off in like the first act, like we review Raw and we give our opinions on what Raw was like, and then we cut into horror.
I like that. I really do. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. That's a really good idea. We could do that, and that would be perfect because, and especially with how Raw is nowadays. You know what I mean? We only need like an hour to really break it down and talk about it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And stuff like that. Like it's going to be interesting. You know what I mean to see. Especially, I'm actually invested in this Monday's Raw after fucking watching that horse shit that happened last fucking Monday with Edge. You
yeah,
know,
I know. I'll never forget. I messaged you because remember for the pay per view, I said, "What if Finn Balor turns and joins Judgment Day?" I'm like, I called
yeah,
that shit.
yeah, I liked it. I liked the swerve to a degree, but at the same time, I rather would have seen. I would have liked to see them four together, and then maybe see slowly but surely Finn take over that way.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean? Like,
I understand why they booted Edge because Edge didn't want to go the supernatural route, but you could have incorporated that into a story where he was like where Finn joined at first, but then like Edge is trying to kick him out because he doesn't want the demon involved, and you could have led
yeah,
to a match at Money in the Bank between the demon Finn Balor and Edge.
yeah,
Winner of the match loses Judgment Day.
that's right. Yeah, fucking Vince wants to make this shit so supernatural, and it's just like,
But I gave
okay.
you a way that it would have worked. You could have had the demon come in and he's trying to corrupt
Yeah,
these guys. I
yeah,
mean, you
but
could have,
my thing is, are you gonna? How are you gonna make Rhea and pre supernatural?
well,
Or
priest.
or do you think they'll just have Demon Finn Balor be like the most supernatural thing of them, and these two are just gonna like be really good like
See,
acolytes
this
to?
would have been the perfect thing for the Fiend because everyone he touches turns evil. We saw that with Alexa Bliss where she kind of became supernatural. This would have been the perfect thing for the Fiend, not Finn Balor.
Yeah, right. You know how. Listen, man, I say this time and time again. I respect what Vince McMahon has done, you know, with his company, but sometimes you got to know when to hang it up. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm
Yeah,
sorry, you're not getting any younger, Vince. You're going to be 78 fucking years old. Like, there's
just
just some
hire,
things.
just hire me and Marcus. We'll lead your company even bigger.
Chill, right? I mean, he needs somebody to fucking whisper in his ear and tell him time's up. He just does. There's too many. You know what his problem is, and what that company's problem is. Before we obviously move on and stuff,
Nick
is
Khan.
he has is something fucking CM Punk said in his pipe bomb. He has too many fucking yes men. Yes, Mr. McMahon. Or even Paul Heyman said it back in 2001. God rest Pat Patterson's soul. And you know, with Jared Briscoe, you know, you love grown man kissing your ass, don't you, Vince? Every time you walk in the back, yeah, there's Patterson and Briscoe. Oh, what a great idea you have, Vince.
Yes,
You
sir,
know what I
Vince.
mean? Yes, like he has too many. He said it perfectly. You have an endless parade of ass kissers, and that's the
Yep.
fucking problem right there. Is he has too many ass kissers that won't tell him the fucking truth. And I'm honestly scared that this Nick Khan son of a bitch is going to be taking the company over. And if he does, there won't be no more WWE because that guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
I don't know. I did some background searching. Him and The Rock are friends. I'm actually more concerned that somehow Disney's going to get involved in all of this after Nick Khan gets that company. Because look at all the stuff Rock is doing with Disney right now. You can hate me for saying this, but something tells me Disney's going to get their hands on
I know,
WWE.
honestly, I think you're right, and that's I. God, I hate this. Like Disney, stay away. Like I don't need this. Fucking with my wrestling. Leave it alone.
You
Like
know what? Also, to quote
so
Paul
hard.
Heyman for a second, I just got to say this while it's on my mind. Oh, Mr. Bradshaw, bounce, checks, blah, blah, blah. The only reason you were WWE champion for a year is because Triple H didn't want to work Tuesdays.
Right? Now wasn't that so fucking true? So fucking true. Just like when he told Vince, you took Hulk Hogan's blood and built Titan Towers. You sold Bret Hart's dream, and with that money, bought yourself an airplane put WWF all over it. You did that, and you son of a bitch, you took Shawn Michaels' smile, took your company public, and made yourself a billionaire. You know what
Hey,
I mean?
don't
Like,
try to put. And I want
well,
my
I
own
love Paul
private
Heyman.
plane, but don't you try and pawn that shit on me, Vince. I don't want that smelly shit.
Yeah, that shit stinks. Fucking CM Punk.
And I
Hell yeah.
want CM Punk the movie, the
Yeah, right.
Chaperone too, but it'll be better than Triple H.
Yeah, right. I would be down for that, Conrad. He said we should do a segment of the greatest promos ever. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that at all. That would be a lot of digging, but that's something
Yeah.
we'd have to really go and dig and then come back to that over time. I think that would be like a good maybe couple
Yo,
week
I got an interesting
project.
thing. I got an interesting concept. Instead of starting off with the greatest promos of all time, why don't we like have a list of our top 10 or top 5 promos? Because me and you have a little like we might have similar ones because of the time frame of growing up. Because
Yeah,
I was more that ruthless aggression era when I could remember things. So things from there till now, I have more of a concept. And you might have been able to remember the attitude just a little bit more because I was
yeah,
born 95, so I wouldn't have full concept of that yet.
yeah. No, we
Because
can
I would have
definitely
been
do that.
like 4. I,
I
I
think
wouldn't
that would
understand.
actually make more sense because then it won't be so convoluted. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. It won't. We don't have about going to look for literally the best promos ever. We just
Yeah, because we have to spend like every wrestling promotion back in the day.
yeah. Oh my
And
gosh.
some of those you can't even find clips of.
Carrie says, "Demon, what out? Demon spirit, huh? Demon, what demon? The Demon King Finn Balor.
If you don't know
Chucky was
wrestling, just go on YouTube and look up Demon King Finn Balor.
I will say this. I think if Carrie, if she doesn't know wrestling, I think if she saw the Fiend, she would definitely be down. You know what I mean? For him being in a horror movie.
Carrie, normally I would agree, but no, that was just god awful how they treated Rick Steiner with that. I'm sorry. That was just fucking. I was just promoting Bride of Chucky. It had no purpose to a storyline.
Right.
And I'm
Chucky was
sorry. I love if you want a great Chucky reference in wrestling, it was Alexa Bliss's attire. That's how it's like things like small things like that fit better when you have the attire fitting somebody, in my opinion. Because usually when they bring these things in, it's only to promote a movie and it adds nothing to a
yeah.
story. They even
Yeah.
did that when they did the Chucky TV series. And yeah, I found it comical only because we know that Braun Breaker is Rick Steiner's kid. But I'm sorry, I just kind of found that a little stupid.
I personally enjoyed it just because I just enjoy Brad Dorf and anytime Chucky pops up on my screen, I'm just like, yeah, what's up, man? You know what I
Fair
mean?
enough. Hey, everybody's going to have their own taste. To me, if it
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
add to a story, I hate things like that. I
I
prefer
feel
like references with attires and that, like how New Day does with video games and anime.
Carrie says it'd be really cool to see Ghostface.
Look up the Miz. The Miz donned a Ghostface mask at one point. If you think I'm kidding, I'm not. And the
Nice.
Miz would be a
I did
perfect
not
fucking
know that.
ghost. And the Miz would be a perfect Ghostface, in my opinion.
Tatum Riley Heather. Hey, thank you for stopping in, Tatum. I appreciate it.
Welcome, Tatum Riley Heather.
Thank you for joining us tonight. All right, guys, we're gonna get on the next picture here.
Oh God.
Shit.
Oh God. Well, now we know what Carrie has in her bedroom. She probably still has a
Uh-oh.
poster of Jeff Hardy.
Nice, Carrie. I respect that. So yeah, she knows a little something. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, good shit. That's
I
good
mean, I
stuff.
thought you would have had a.
I love the fact that we incorporated some wrestling into my channel and shit because now I'm starting to find out more about people that there's more wrestling fans than I even knew.
Yeah, I
You know what
didn't
I mean?
think
Like
half these
shit,
guys would have been wrestling fans.
right? Like what I mean? Shocks me. That's what's up. I love that. Extra content, bonus content.
Yeah.
All right. So, as Ghostface had said earlier, he had said obviously he thinks an attack is going to happen in New York City, and there we go. Booyah, baby! NYPD police cars. Um, Now I will ask you this, Bob. Do you think they are parked out of a scene of a crime, or do you think this is where the precinct is?
I think that's going to be where the precinct is.
I think so too. I when I first took a look at that, I said that looks more like a police precinct than anything else. Um, that person right there. At first, when I am gonna lie, when I first took a look at it, I thought the person right there was handcuffed, but they're not. They're just obviously walking by. You know what I mean? But obviously, there goes confirmation that this movie will be heavily, or at least some part involved in New York City. You know what I mean? We're gonna have New York City Police, department on the case and on the hunt for Ghostface. Um, so now, I'll ask you this, Bob. Do you think that that Dylan Maroney, Dermot Maroney's character, is going to be working for the NYPD, or do you think he's his own entity as a detective?
I think he's going to be his own entity. I think they're not going to be able to catch him. I think as the killings go along, they're going to incorporate the FBI in there. I think we're going to find out that that's what Kincaid was doing, and he's part of the FBI. But he specifically sends in Maroney's character for that. And I think that's what we'll find out. Or we could find out they were former partners and they still work together somewhat in the FBI. But he knows about this because Kincaid was obviously talking about what happened in Scream 3. So I think he's going to take an interest in this and see if he can stop it. But
what if these motherfuckers come up with a Ghostface task force?
I was going to say, I have an interesting concept. What if they do a task force for just Ghostface?
That would be so nuts. I'd be on board for that. Would you?
Oh, definitely.
I would be on board for that. I really would. Because, I mean, let's really be honest. Throughout these movies, the cops either obviously get there too late or they're not really involved. The most involved the cops, like a cop was really involved in, was obviously with Kincaid in 3. You know what I mean? Which was a really nice dynamic to add because, Sheriff Burke and Dewey, you know what I mean? But, it was, nothing against Dewey, you know what I mean? Why we loved Dewey so much is because he was so lighthearted. You know what I mean? Why we
not just that. I mean, he was more that comic relief as well, not just being lighthearted, but he had a lot of comic relief in the series.
Yes. He was
especially like when you see that reaction or interaction with Burke and himself. Burke's like smoking a cigarette and he's licking the ice cream at the same time.
Yes. My shit is when he fucking rolled out of the bedroom in the whitey tighties.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And he's just like, what? And Tatum's like, what? And he looks at the phone and he's just like, hello. I'm just like, yo, he's such a fucking nut. I love David Arquette. Nobody gives credit to how funny he actually is. Like, he's funny.
No, I loved him in Ready to Rumble,
yes.
8-Legged Freaks, even though I hate spiders, but that shit was too funny not to laugh at. And people hate me for this, but even though this added nothing to the storyline, wrestling-wise, until more recently, when you look at David Arquette as a wrestler, you kind of get a little bit of that in WCW when they gave him the heavyweight title. But if you guys haven't yet, go watch You Cannot Kill David Arquette. You want to know I don't care if you guys like wrestling or not. It's David Arquette. You will find enjoyment out of that fucking shit, man. I'm telling you.
You brought that up because I just seen an advertisement for it. So now that you promoted it, I'm watching it. You know, like
I haven't seen it yet, but I was going to try and figure out if maybe one day you'd want to do a party on that because I would love to see. Because that's one I'd love to see. You Cannot Kill David Arquette.
Hell yeah, we should all fucking do that as like a tribute to like /David Arquette, a live stream and watch that together. We should. Chat, what say you? We should all do that, honestly. Like, that would be fucking cool. I would be down for that. I mean, but I love the part in Ready to Rumble when he sticks his finger in his ass and he goes back inside the store just so he can get a free fucking slushie and he's fucking sticking it in his nose. He's like, what does that smell like? what does that smell like to you? He's like, oh God, he smells like sour beer ass. Like, yo, I fucking lost it.
Yeah, you know what else
Uh,
was a funny one? And I remember watching this as a kid. It was C Spot Run.
I remember that movie. Yes,
It's
that was
it,
actually underrated. Yes, that was a good movie. That was. I forgot all about that movie. Fuck that. Wow, it's been a while, but I remember snippets of it, that was an enjoyable movie. He has a lot of underrated stuff, in my opinion. David
yeah,
Arquette's man. He's really good. You know what I mean? He's only given a lot of credit for his role as Dewey, but overall he's solid. Like he's really really good.
yeah, he really is. He needs to get more love outside the Scream franchise. It just sucks that most of the people that give him the respect are the horror community when he's been in a lot of different things outside of horror.
Facts, facts. Just like Jamie Kennedy. I mean, I don't know if you ever have. You ever watched any of his stand-ups?
Oh yeah, I even go back occasionally on YouTube,
Love his
find old
stand-up.
clips of. I can't think of what the show was called, but his show he had. I think like the Jamie Kennedy Experience or something.
Yeah, or the Jamie Kennedy show or something like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think yeah, that wasn't too bad neither. Jamie Kennedy, they're both him and David Arquette are just fucking amazing,
Oh,
amazing talent.
definitely.
Man, everybody's juking. Fuck, 40 comments. Michael Audrey Myers, thank you for stopping in, Mikey. I shot you 6 times, but you're not human. Oh man. Thank you for stopping in, Mikey. I appreciate it. Let's go back here in some of these comments here, catch up. Oh, I seen Carrie's comment about Jeff Hardy being yum yum.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to. I'm like, well, now we
Yeah.
know what's probably hung in her room.
Well, thank you, Tatum Riley Heather. I appreciate that, honestly. We try our best, you know what I mean? Especially me and Bob working together with these slasher Sundays and now Monday Night Mayhem, you know, that we're gonna be doing. Thanks to you guys in the chat with that name and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I like that idea and stuff. So we're gonna definitely be putting in more work together. Thank you for that. Greatly appreciate the support from all you guys. Honestly, all you guys showing up. It's fucking 1:17 in the morning. You know, 6 people in here. I mean, may not seem like a lot, but that means a lot to us. You know what I mean? Because you guys could be sleeping, getting ready for work, or just doing whatever else. You know, watching one of your favorite shows or whatever. You guys are choosing to hang out here with us and talk. So I appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we really do.
Michael Ajimara says DX was the shit. Absolutely.
Wait, depends which DX we're talking about here.
Yeah. I like both. I like the original concept and then the one with X Pac and Road Dogg, not the 2006-7 version.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the original concept with Shawn, Triple
Michael,
H, China, Rick Rude for that little bit. Then it did just
yeah,
become the main three there. But I also like the one with Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, X Pac. I mean, that was some funny shit too in there. So, but yeah, the revamp was just it wasn't as funny.
no, nice, John. Yeah, Doctor Thugonomics John Cena is my favorite. Carrie.
Yeah,
I love Doctor Thugonomics. I think he killed that part so well. Like he did such a good job of being rap, and he couldn't rap, and you know what I mean. And he played off that so well. I thought like he did a great job. I didn't like how Vince turned him into this new age Hulk Hogan type. I really wish he would have went heel at some point, but I respect it because he does so many with make a wishes and he doesn't want to upset kids and stuff. And I do respect him as a man for that. So you know what I mean? I still
yeah.
would
The
love to
only
see a
the
John
only
Cena.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only complaint I have with John Cena was how much he would shove down my throat. It made me hate him every time. He's just being pushed and pushed for. It felt like I was watching the old clips of Hulk Hogan,
Yeah, exactly.
and they were starting to do that with Roman, which turned me off of Roman. It's like this guy's a natural heel, and you're telling me he's a baby face. You're making him
Give me
say
one second.
suffer and
Give me one
suck
second, Mike.
attach.
Give me one second. I have to use the bathroom and I gotta let the dog out. Go ahead, buddy.
Take your time. I'll go be right back too. I gotta get a light.
Don boy, come on. Good boy. Good boy. Sorry about that, chat. All right, we're back. I'm back.
Yeah,
Had to
back.
let the dog out real quick. Had to go use the restroom real quick as well. But check some more of these chats here. Yes, I agree with you, Carrie. I love Dewey's bubbliness and Scream as well. I just love Dewey overall as a character. Like that character is just, especially in the original Scream 1996. Like I said, from the scene with him coming out in his whitey tighties to him fucking like Bob said, mocking Sheriff. Like he's just solid. When Cindy opens the door and he has the mask and he's like, ah! I loved it. Like he's just so solid. Love David Arquette as Dewey.
Can't go wrong at all with David Arquette, man. Never can.
That's right. I know Tatum Riley, Heather. I was watching Scream 5 earlier, you know what I mean, and stuff, and then I basically kind of ended it on that scene because I had to get to work and stuff like that. But yeah, even still watching it over, it's just like, man, damn, Dewey. Like, Oh,
Yeah.
Amber already seen it. Well, okay, Amber. Well, please don't spoil it for us. If you still would like to, obviously join us in the chat, or if you have time to join us in a live stream, when we do this watch party for it, you're more than welcome to join and still chime in.
Yeah.
Nice. Michael Audrey Myers. I've been into some John Wayne Gacy documentaries lately. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
No, you're right. You're right. Ghostface Fanatic. Dewey was done dirty for sure.
Yes, no. The way it was executed the way it was executed on film was bad, but the concept was there. Because he did go out saving Tara when he couldn't save Tatum in '96. So it did come full circle. The way it was executed was pearly, but the concept was there. So I'm kind of like 50-50. Like I see where they were coming from. And plus also when you think about it, even though who knows, maybe in like 5 or 10 years, maybe when all the dust settles with everything, because I know some people have the whole like bad taste in their mouth. When you think about everybody said one of the OGs should die, unfortunately it was Dewey in this one.
Yeah.
Maybe when that dust finally settles, because it's still fresh in our mind with this trilogy, and it will be till the end. But
yeah, I think he was just done dirty in the sense of how he was killed, man. That was
not if it was Stu.
Yeah, but I don't mean like dirty in the sense like if it's bad, but like just the phrase itself, like, ooh, did him dirty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, he fucking gutted the fuck out of that poor guy. Like, I'm feeling it now just talking about it. Like, I remember watching it earlier and just the slow grind up. I'm just like, my God. Whoa! Like, man. That's oh man, it still hurts. Still hurts.
Definitely.
Michael says, "Don't disturb me when I'm cleaning my room." Yeah, because Carrie Carrie X, didn't he bring out his vacuum? LOL, or was that Doofy? LOL.
That was Doofy.
That was Doofy. One of the most badass endings ever in a movie, in my opinion, too, was the reveal of Doofy being the actual cool guy and the killer in fucking Scary Movie. I love that ending. I love it.
See, well, I love that ending. I love what comes right after that in the credits, man. Homage to the Randy tapes. Yo, if you see in this, man.
Yep.
That means we dead.
Justice for all. What's going on? Thank you for joining the chat. Appreciate it.
Hey, Justice, hope you got home safe.
I'm right there with you, Carrie. Whoa. Michael is being Michael right now. Man, Michael, man, I don't know what to say. Bob, what do you think about that?
Well, then that would fuck up our theory all around. Because then how could you have that being revealed? Like, I actually would. I mean, it would have been interesting to see Sydney killed, yes, but
I like
then
how
that
it
just.
comes.
But that would just fuck up me and yours theory about
Yes, it
Sam.
would. It would. It can't happen. I just love how that's what comes out. You're just like, well, that would just fuck up our theory all in all. Like,
I'm just gonna be blunt. That would just fuck it up. I mean, I
yeah,
can't
it
say I'd
would.
be mad with it, but it would just fuck it up.
It would. It would fuck everything up. That can't happen. Sorry, Michael. You know what I mean? Michael, you need to worry about killing Lori instead of worry about Ghostface killing Cindy. All right, you worry about the job you have at hand. I mean, you couldn't kill this woman for over 40 years now. So I think you got some work to do, pal.
He's got more than work to do.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of work to do, especially if they fuck with his house like we think they are. They fuck
I'm
with
telling
that
you, if
man's
they do
house.
that in the opening, you have to make him go completely berserk. He has to be the most violent. I know it's going to be hard to top kills because everybody thinks when I say more violent, I'm talking more kills. No, I'm talking about he's not going to stop till you're ripped apart because
Oh
that
wait,
house
did I fuck
contains his
up?
rage.
Oh no, Carrie, damn you! Don't Carrie. See, this is why I call you triple C. You're on your heels shit right now. You fucked me up. She says Michael's talking about Cindy Australia because Cindy Prescott is spelled Sydney. I literally for a second thought that he was talking about Cindy fucking Australia because of that. Like, yo, Carrie, come on now. Like, it can't be fucking confusing. Oh
I,
man.
I don't know, but I love that comment from Justice, man. That shit's just funny. Talk
Oh,
about how we're fucking
that's,
live stream.
oh man, I appreciate that, Justice, man. We try. You know what I mean? We damn sure try. I will say
Yeah,
this. You know what I mean? I think to some degree, not trying to toot our own horns, you know what I mean? I do think that we kind of have earned a reputation because of what we did last week, man. Like I said, we went with fucking 16 hours in three
yeah,
days. Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah. And I'm
that
not going to lie. I
that
mean,
says a lot.
not just that. I mean, I know we were streaming with other people through the majority of it, but I think me and you kind of bonded more together over those 16 hours.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. We definitely found out a lot more about ourselves, especially a lot more that we have in common, especially when it comes to wrestling and shit like that. Like we like a lot of the same shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like hmm, that's how we make friends.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
it really
Honestly,
is.
it's how we make friends, man. Like, and I love it, man. I like I said, and I'll say it time and time again. I love being able to come on a platform or have a platform where I talk to people who share the same interests as me. You know what I mean? Even if we have different opinions on whatever the topic is, I love that about this. Like, I love being able to conversate with everybody, with you, Bob, everybody in the
Yeah,
chat. I love this shit. Like, you know what I mean? This shit fascinates me. This shit, I enjoy this type of stuff. Like, when I was doing the whole sports podcasting and stuff, that's what I envisioned that would be. And in all honesty, I don't even think that I could get that much enjoyment out of that, even if it would have popped like that. I don't think I would get that much enjoyment out of that as I do with this, in honesty.
oh, definitely. And it's funny you bring up the finding out about things because when you look at how when we start, because we didn't even bring up wrestling with each other, in a way, going back and we watch those old clips when we first brought up the whole Sam and Tara argument, yeah, we compare ourselves to Fate and Craven. But when you think about it, we kind of incorporated our own wrestling thing in there without even meaning to.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
because it was
true.
on my mind, and you like we kind of just bounced
And,
back and
and,
forth on that.
and fucking Bobby you got to give Bobby his credit. He put the wheels in motion. He's the one who's like, hey guys, hey, would you want to do a live stream? You know what I mean? Doing a watch party for NXT or whatever and stuff like that. And we just took off from there with it, man. Like, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with adding extra content and getting a little bit different. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Because
And it
now
does.
what we're coming to find out is a lot more people that I conversate with, they like this shit too. And that's only going to bring in even more people who like, wrestling that might like horror, you know what I mean? And stuff like that, or like horror that might like wrestling. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, especially with like how we have certain characters like The Undertaker, Kane, The
Yeah.
Fiend.
Oh man, yes, man. Oh, yes, this week we got to do that Wyndham live stream.
Yeah, we have to.
Yes, we have to. We have to get on the ball with that. Maybe I'm thinking
We could even bring that up tomorrow if we start the Monday Night Mayhem tomorrow. We could start talking
we
about it.
could do that. That can be the inaugural conversation for
Yeah,
sure. I can fucking definitely. We can both definitely look up some shit, see what we can find. I mean, I know there's not. I know they're being really nip tucked, but whatever we can, conjure up, I'm sure we'll make it. We'll make it work.
Dino, you know us. If we can incorporate wrestling in our conversations, we're gonna do it. We don't care who it pisses off. If it's mostly supposed to be about horror, we will find a way to inject it in there. We're like the
Oh yeah.
NW. We're like the Vince McMahon cutting that NWO promo. Man, we're going to inject poison into our own company. We're the reason we're going to be the downfall.
Right. Right. Fuck. Hold
I'm going to inject a lethal dose of poison.
on. Well, let me tell you something, brother. For all the vitamins and the prayers and all whatever, you guys suck. You can stick it, brother.
Hulk Hogan, I hate your guts.
Oh man, fucking Hulk, man, fucking Hulk. God, he was so good. Especially his I love his NWO run.
Yeah, I can't complain that, especially when it first started in WCW, man, because nobody thought heel Hogan would have worked. Even Hogan was hesitant with going heel.
Yeah, until he saw the money into it, and he's like, "Yeah, slow down, guys. Let me hop on this train." I remember Nash even quoted that. He's like, "You've seen the numbers and the ratings," and was like, "Hold on, boys. You don't want to let that money train go running by."
Definitely, man.
What's up, Dino? How you doing tonight, man? Thank you for stopping in, and thank you, Dino, for the photos. I've already showed 2 of them. I'm about to get on. I'm about to show the 3rd one. We're about to talk about it. Just catching up with some of the chat here. Yeah, because Tatum Riley Heather says, "Damn right, on Carrie. That's why you're my friend." I read about the Tatum reference. Yeah, Tatum was shit.
I don't know. For me, I was always annoyed by Tatum. I don't know. I never liked Tatum. I thought she was a bitch.
To each his own. I liked her. Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that. I like that part about her, that she was such a bitch. I did. I don't know why. I just did. You know what I mean?
I don't know. To me, it just
like I said, I love that scene.
Yeah, I could see that. Just to me, it just came bad across the screen. But then again, maybe it's because I saw Tron first and I preferred that character, and that it just messed my image up. But it could just be me being me. I'm always the oddball in when it comes to theories of people I like, don't like.
Yeah. I love that line. I send you a copy. Bam, bitch went down. Send you a copy. Bam. Sid, super bitch. You're so cool. Like, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh, definitely.
Hell yeah, Dino. Yeah, thank you again, man. Very appreciative of that. That shocked the shit out of me when I checked my messages and I saw the set photos, and I was just like, ooh, thank you so much, Dino. So juicy. And I'm gonna definitely I'm doing a video breaking down, possibly breaking down what else, coming up with some other theories for it and stuff like that. Like I said, I mean, Dino, you wasn't here. I don't think earlier. I had talked about the news van, and Bob both came up with some interesting theories. He thinks it could possibly be the return of Joel. That could be a way to lead into return of Joel. And I said that with that news van, because it's not the same news van that Gail was riding in Scream Five. It's a whole different company. Now, either Gail is working for a new company, or it could be the return of Joel, or like I theorized and said, this could be like a Mrs. Loomis type character in terms of like the Debbie Salt side, and this could be a massive red herring. But hopefully, they don't make that person a killer. We obviously don't know yet, but those are all definitely avenues we could take, and that would be acceptable in my opinion. I like all those theories that we came up with.
Yeah.
Um, all right, so let's get now we're caught up in the chat and stuff. Let's get on to the next picture. And it is this van. And it is parked, just obviously parked like any other vehicle. You don't really see too much in the background. But this is a couple things you can go with this. I mean, obviously, could this be the van that everybody's driving together in? Possibly. Or I kind of came up with this thought: what if Kirby has a family and this is her van, or her SUV to get the family around and stuff like that? Like, what do you think about that, Bob?
Well, you're going to have a lot of explaining to do then, because that would imply that Kirby's been living in New York the whole time.
That
And
would?
you're gonna have to explain that whole background, because if you're gonna introduce her and she's driving with a New York plate, that would just you're gonna have to answer these questions if you bring her back like that. See,
Oh
my
yeah,
thing with Joel, you could make a case of argument only because of the tape, because we don't know who would have been part of that interview.
yeah.
This one, you're gonna really have to fully explain, because it just be hard. I think maybe it's Gail's van, her own personal use car.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That could be. I mean, I don't know. I just get this vision of Gail riding drop top. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. You know what I mean? But that could be her own personal van or like SUV. Let's look at it again because it looks like a van from the back.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
no,
does. That's a
that's a
van.
van.
Yeah, it's a van.
But when
I
you
had to
stop
take
to think of,
closer.
even though
It
we could
looks like
see
an
her riding
SUV.
like top back, stop and think about this. It could be the studios or something. Think about, because
Ooh,
that could hold the equipment in the van, and that, like, say if they're just doing local stuff instead of doing a whole news van.
yeah. I mean, you can't see on the other side of the van, but it could have lettering on it. We don't know. You know what I mean? Or that could just be the equipment van. You know what I mean?
And
I
it's
just have
even possible they haven't even put the stickers on it yet, because they're getting ready. They're going to do that when they start filming, just to make it easier.
what if I mean
Because sometimes, and don't get me wrong, and hear me out on this. Sometimes they plan out ahead. They know people are going to take photos and shit. They don't want everything to be seen. They could be taking them
true.
off during shots.
That's true. What about it just creeped in my head? I mean, it's I don't know how I would even feel about it because she didn't fucking show up for terror when she got attacked. But what if this is Christina Carpenter's bed?
Yeah, but then why isn't it a California tag? Again, because she would
That's
still
that
have
is
been in Woodsboro.
that is
I'm not trying to like debunk your theory, but that just, again, that would have to cause a lot of explaining, and
well, it could
because
work. It could work only if I feel like if we found out they literally like moved there to reside there, and she just decided to get a whole new vehicle with New York plates, et cetera, or whatnot. Because obviously, maybe they don't want nobody knowing they're from Woodsboro to kind of keep certain things
yeah, but you're
secret.
telling me that Christina, Sam, and Tara would be able to coexist now. Like, Christina, all right, mate, if we're going a stalking route, like kind of following them, I could see that, but I
Possibly.
can't see the three of them living together. I think it'd be too much chaos, especially with Tara when she didn't even come to the hospital.
Carrie has an interesting one. Carpool, maybe. Well, what if it's? I mean, like, what do you mean by that, though, Carrie? Like, are you just like? I mean, I see a laughing emoji, but I see like certain valets are actually called that, like carpoolers and shit like that. Like, that's why I asked that and stuff. Like, certain people reference like valets and shit like that, or maybe somebody who takes a car and parks it somewhere for them or something. I don't think that would be the case. You know what I mean? But I mean, I just saw that comment, and that's why I said that. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm interested to see who's driving that van. I mean, like,
Conrad, if you could
I
convince this guy to get a PS4, I think we could talk gaming. But at this point, he's so busy with work, I don't think that would even work.
oh, okay, Carrie. Okay, Carrie. I see what you mean. I meant just like studio carpool. Maybe. Yeah, possibly. I mean, let's talk about this for a second. Do you think? Do you think they either gave Stab a reboot movie or they went into the direction of a TV series to kind
Look,
of give an homage to Scream the TV series?
I'm going to say this, and I know it's going to annoy a lot of Scream TV haters. I say we're going to get where we see something where they're in the works of doing a TV series and we see a small promo package and they do actually bring back Willa Fitzgerald, Carlson Young, and John Carna, and they're kind of talking a little bit about what happened in this small town called Lakewood.
Hmm. If they are, I mean, I could do without the Stab and all that references and all that with the movie or TV series. But if they are going to do that, ooh, I would love that. You'd have to do that. Like
But
you'd have to,
notice I said it's a promo, so that means
yeah,
it's not
like
going to be the focus. We're just going to see like them, like someone watching TV, or
yeah,
they
yeah.
like
Oh,
because we don't know what's going to happen in all this. We could see something in an opening kill where there's a TV on and it's just talking about that. It doesn't even have to be anything major.
oh, that would be really really good. It would be. That would be good. That would be. I'd like that. Oh man, you'd have to get them though. You'd have to get them to do it. I would not be satisfied if it was anybody else in that promo. Like that, because I do think as a to get different, to get different, they will incorporate a Stab TV series. I think that's possible for
That
this
and you'd
movie.
be referencing yourself trying to rebrand a new show. So you kind of giving yourself free promotion to a degree too.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, because aren't they? Yeah, because aren't they trying to come out with like a their own Scream show? I
Yeah,
heard
which then
something
will
like that.
intertwine in future movies and all. Look,
Yeah,
I'm fine with that, but I want answers to the original season
thank
too.
you.
I don't
That's
give
what
a
I
crap
want.
about anything new. I want that. I waited so long and I'm never going to stop petitioning for it.
Right. Carrie says, I think they might phase out Stab. Now, here's an interesting thing, too, or whatever, with the whole new news van. If that's not Gail's new company or whatever, and she's not working for that company and somebody else, and let's just say it's not Joel, what if it's somebody who is like much like Gail was promoting a TV show or whatever and shit like that? What if somebody made, because somebody else other than Gail decided to promote and help write a book on, I guess, Rich and Amber's kills? Like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
maybe this is their van. Like, you know what I mean? Like that could be possible. You know what I mean? It'd be a subtle little homage to Gail's character in Scream 2 because how she was. Because I think a lot of people do forget that she wasn't just she at that point she wasn't even really a reporter. She was like a media model. at that point. Like she was hot. She was like one
Yeah,
of the most sought after fucking people in the world, like for movies and interviews, everything. Like
yeah,
like she wasn't even really recording at that point.
that's true.
Like that 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 could be interesting, man. That could be really, really interesting
You
because
know what?
I don't think
What if that van
they're
is?
gonna phase out stab. I don't
And,
know.
I got another thing that popped in my head about the van. What if it's her publicist's van, and the publicist is helping them out?
That could be true. Yeah, much like we've seen, obviously, Cindy
Kind of like with Scream
yeah,
4.
the Screen 4, yeah, that could work as well. That could work. Amber, have a nice night. Thank you for stopping in.
Take care, Amber. See you later. Have a great night.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back in some of these comments. Tatum says, "I'd love to stick it to the OG Scream, but New York is different. No Sydney. I'm actually worried. No Kevin. It's a lot. Am worried about Scream 6. Oh, well, thank you, Tatum, because I was kind of I had obviously was going to look it up or whatever, but I did see something about Kevin Williamson is not going to be involved for Scream 6. And she just basically all but confirmed that. Hmm. Well, guys, I
Again,
mean,
I'm
the
sorry.
second it
Until he actually comes out, I read the
comes out,
reports.
yeah,
It's all allegedly. Until I hear it from his own mouth, we still technically, all we know is Nev technically said she wasn't. I don't trust Vanity Fair either in writing articles because they have written a lot of things and gotten it wrong. And I'm still questioning if uh, that because we don't know the full lengths of everything, and nobody can confirm if that was the actual reason. Everybody's just jumping onto this thinking it's that. We don't know if it was really that. It could have just been a conflict of schedule, and Vanity Fair wrote with it. Never, I mean, you can make arguments to all sides of it. Till there's physical proof of all this, we can't really go off of anything. Nev never actually did come out to confirm that the article was correct or incorrect, so that leaves a lot of speculation there. And even then, you can still make an argument with these news articles because look at how Jen. I don't know if that's actually. I mean, yeah, we do hear Jen talking about redemption, but everybody look at that one article thing that said Kirby was a ghost face killer.
yeah, that is true. I just feel like, especially because even like Jamie said it, like at Monster Palooza, like that shit popped, like, and she told everybody basically there. So like, even if they tell it in the news, like I'm going with what they heard on the ground. And I don't think she makes those comments, man. I'm really worried that she's never gonna come back. You know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
see
Like,
the thing. Well, yeah, but see the thing is, and this is my argument. We know she said she wasn't coming back, but at that con, she didn't say anything about money. See, that's the thing, and I don't know if I trust an article saying that. We can all agree that she said she's not coming back. There's no argument on that,
well,
and the whole
of
farewell thing
if
we
I'm
can
not
agree on.
mistaken, I'd have to watch it again. I think Craven did actually say that his friend who asked her whatever, she did tell him it was actually a contract dispute. If I'm not mistaken, I'd have to go back and watch that video.
But even with that, then that kind of actually. And look, while I'm pissed off at the head honchos, I'm also a little pissed off at Nev. You don't release things like that immediately. And plus, wouldn't this all be funny if this is all an elaborate ruse, though? Because think about it, we're not even, all this talk is actually getting a lot of people to stop speculating about theories, and it's more about Nev now.
Yeah, I mean the thing about with Nev though, with basically coming out about that and stuff, is that the thing about it is that she can do that because she's not obligated to, she's not tied to a contract. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I do think that in all honesty, she did that to fucking, I think she did it to stick it to him, honestly.
Yeah,
I
but
do.
see, then the other thing
If
is
it's
now.
not a ruse, I think she did that to maybe stick it home a little bit.
Yeah, but see, then the other problem is now you just caused all these new and up and comers to kind of get fucked over. Because now, if it is a good movie, the ones that wanted to see you, they're probably not going to give it a chance. And if we do get a good movie without Nev, what's that going to say? You kind of fucked over, especially Jenna Ortega. I think if we're going to have anybody who's going to surpass Nev, it would be Jenna. But with those comments, I'm iffy even if we get a good movie.
See, I don't agree with that because I feel like, in all honesty, Nev kind of actually showed them a little something. You know what I mean? Especially for young actresses like Jenna Ortega and stuff like that. Like, just obviously the movie was successful, but just because the movie was successful doesn't mean the studio is going to give you the best offer. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
And stuff
see,
like that. So
yeah,
even
but
if they come back and Scream 7 and want more money, in which, in all honesty, this is the thing. If the movie is profiting and it's making a profit above the budget, you pay them what they ask for. Like, I mean, you're making uh, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no excuse for it. Like, in all honesty, pay these people. You know what I mean? Like, if you want your movie to continue to sell and keep putting asses in the seats, you got to pay them. You do. It's just like with basketball and any sports. If we want to see the best players perform at the highest level, you got to pay those motherfuckers. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but
You
you
got to.
also have but if we're gonna go off of sports, you have to remember also in sports, a lot of people aren't going to make a lot of money on bigger teams because they don't want to cap that threshold because that equals more taxes.
Well, it depends honestly where they go. That's why a lot of players like to go to Florida because there's no state tax.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. When you're dealing with a team, they have certain taxes they have to abide by. Why do you think the Dodgers are the highest paid team, but they also have to bank on that revenue because the MLB taxes them? It's not a state tax thing. That the owners and that have to take all that out. And if they stay above
Oh
that
yeah.
threshold too long, they get punished. So bringing sports in is kind of a bad analogy because there's other aspects outside of just your typical payment.
Well, it kind of isn't because it's just like the same with movies. You pay your star players, your players who produce at the highest level.
No,
The
I
people
agree
who
with the sports part analogy, but
that's the
for the
only
head
part.
honchos is a bad comparison because there's
Oh
certain
no.
aspects to that that are different than how like Lantern Entertainment is screwing over this film.
Well, see, not
Hey,
necessarily because
I have a question for.
we
Wait,
see it.
before we continue, I got a question. Are you going to let Jordan in? Because I hear
Yeah,
knocking
I
at the
am.
door.
Yeah, but we see it all the time. Even with these sports owners and shit like that. As soon as they see a guy, as soon as they think a guy is no longer like he can no longer produce, or he lost a step, what do? They get rid of him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And stuff just to save money. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. It's no different than a studio looking at Nev saying, "Oh well, you only had 15 minutes of this movie, and this movie was successful without you. We think you're expendable. So here's the offer we're going to give you. Oh, we know you're not going to take it. All right, goodbye."
Yeah, but I'll agree that it shows for future things. But because a lot of people are Sydney fans, with her making those comments, that's already tanked this movie. That's already now automatically tanked it. So she screwed over these people in this next franchise. You can even argue she screwed Radio Silence over by saying that because people are going to look at it as them now. But we know it's going to be Lantern Media that screwed this over. But those comments alone, instead of waiting till right before the movie, at least till the movie came out and let people see it. See, I'm just thinking about them because you have to think about this movie as a whole. Yeah, they made some choices to bring back like Kirby and that to ease that blow, but there has to come a time and place when you have to think about the new cast as well.
Yeah, they do.
And that's all I'm
But
saying.
they do, but they also have to make sure that they're taking care of everybody too. You know what I mean? They have to make sure they're taking care of everybody. You know what I mean? Especially if they knock it out the park with this one. You know
well,
what I mean?
before
And
we make a judgment, let's
think,
wait till we see what they offered.
I think it goes both ways. you can see it in a negative way, what Nev did, but you can also see it in a positive way.
No, I agree
Because
with the positive, but you have to look at it as
like us,
negative in this
for
situation, though,
people
because
like us,
that comment, there's a lot more people saying they're not going to go see it now. And do I
for
believe
full,
all of them? No, but you're,
no. I
but at the
think, in all
same,
honesty, I think she created a negative and a good buzz.
yeah, but see, now the thing is, everybody says it's Radio Silence's time to make a banger. We already saw Lantern Media or Entertainment screwing this over. So if we
Yeah.
don't get a good movie, are you guys going to actually take? I don't mean you. I mean the community as a whole, outside those of us that know shit. But for people who get new to this community, are you going to blame Radio Silence when we find out Lantern Media screwed up even more in the story and interjected what they wanted, or are you still going to blame Radio Silence? That's going to be the end of the question, because
Well,
people.
hopefully, if they've done their research, especially if they listen to Jamie, you know what I mean, because he basically lays it out for them. You know, they know it's not Radio Silence's fault because they had her pegged to be even in the movie. So you can't blame them because they have it. They had her in the movie. It's these suits that came in and said, "Yeah, we don't want to pay it." But
No, I'm
anyway,
not.
guys, I'm
No,
so
no,
rude.
I'm not talking
So rude.
about that.
Jordan,
I'm
what's up,
talking about.
buddy? Sorry for having you waiting and shit like that, man. Sorry.
Oh yeah, shit, my bad, bro. Yeah, it's all good, bro. I was like, bro, I wonder is he gonna fucking let me in?
Let me in.
You didn't see the notification, or did you?
No. I was reading the comments and then I did see it like pop up and stuff. And then Bob was like, I got a question. You gonna let Jordan in?" I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let him
Oh yeah,
in.
you just saw it right before he said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Pretty true.
But no, what I'm saying is, we already know Lantern Entertainment interjected themselves with the Neb thing. Who's to say they're not going to interject more into the story?
Yeah, that is true.
And that's what I'm saying by, at the end of the day, for the new people, go check out Jamie Kennedy's video. You got to realize this new party has come in that had nothing to do with Five, saw the money, and they're already starting to screw shit up.
Already. All fucking ready. It's a shame, man. It really is. This is why we can't have nice things in the fucking horror movie industry.
Yeah. I mean, I hope the movie's good, man.
My boss looks like James Jude Courtney, Conrad said. Ooh, that's great.
I don't even know what I just typed,
James
bro.
James Jude is a boss.
Yeah, man. The goated Michael Myers.
So Jordan, I don't know if you was
Wait, is that the soda? The Flaming Hot?
Yep, I told you I was going to do it. It's not my fault if y'all didn't come through. I know Marcus couldn't find it, so I'm not mad with him. But man, you should at least got it, Jordan, because I know you could get it.
I thought it was just you two because I brought it up. But hey, I couldn't even go to the store today. I was working. Oh, I could have went after, but
yeah, you could have. I was going to say, why didn't you go after? What you doing, man? To quote Fit, what you doing, man?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Man, Fate's hilarious, man.
Hell yeah. So Jordan, I don't know if you were watching the majority of the stream or whatever. If you,
I'm gonna be honest, I only watched like because I basically like got off, did what I needed to do, took my shower or whatever. I just literally watched the past like 5 minutes, so I just got here.
All right, so what we did was we went through these set photos that Dino, once again, Dino Spermani, thank you again, provided me with in my Instagram account. And what you see here is a news van that you can't really see the lettering, but if you lean in, it says WGDF.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go back in screen 5, there is not the same letters that of the van that Gail was in. So me and Bob was talking about that, and we gave our theories. So I'm gonna let you have a way for it, being that you just got in here and stuff. What do you think about that van? Do you think it's a new company by Gail, or do you think it's somebody else completely different? What is your take on that?
I was just about to say it could still be Gail. It could just be she switched companies.
Hold on real quick. I can hear you. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick, but just fly because I can hear you. And
Okay,
shit.
okay. Yeah, so dude, I don't know, bro. Cause like you said, she could have just like switched companies or something, but honestly, I don't think there's any true way to tell. I don't really have that many strong feelings, especially since it was just brought up. I didn't know that, but um, either she switched companies or it definitely is somebody else. Maybe she has like a rival freaking like news person or whatever. Uh, as for what I think it is, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have an answer for that. I don't know.
Well, Kerry, you're gonna have to wait till these two guys get a hold of it. I'm not gonna give away my opinions until Marcus has it.
Carrie, you goofy. No, I'm just kidding. It's good though. It's pretty decent. It doesn't taste like hot Cheetos. Like that, I think that's why everybody's like, that probably tastes disgusting. It doesn't taste literally like Cheetos, but it's just literally like lime flavor with like Mountain Dew, obviously, and then there's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a little spicy, but it's not really like hot.
Yeah, it's more
But
like it's more like a Cajun style. Like you feel it, but it's not bad.
yeah.
All right. So I heard what you said, Jordan, about it could be like a rival news reporter. I like that idea. You know what I mean? Because that could work as
Yeah.
well. The idea that I came up with is maybe this is an homage to what Billy Loomis's mom was in terms of Debbie Salt. You know what I mean? Maybe you know what I mean. She's like a new reporter on the block. You know what I mean? But instead of
Yeah.
having that person, he, her, whatever, be revealed as a killer, in the end, you just have them as a massive red herring because of us, the OG fans. You know, some of the new generation, if they haven't watched Scream 2, probably wouldn't understand what that character is, but we would. And I really think that that could be a fascinating dynamic, especially if you're not going to have that person be the killer or whatever, and you just have them as a massive red herring. You know what I mean? Maybe kind of have it like a crossbreed between Debbie Salt and Jennifer from Scream 3. You know what I mean? With the dialogue with Gail and stuff like that. And then Bob also came up with another good theory. It could be the return of Joel.
Maybe. But what do you think? Don't you think they should like kind of like do a clean slate? Do you really think they should bring anyone else back or?
Well, you could easily put in Joel if you're gonna bring back Kirby, because one, we don't know who was involved in that interview.
Wait,
For
what
all,
interview?
And in the
Or,
YouTube interview with Kirby that confirmed the Easter egg that confirmed she was alive. That
oh
Richie
yeah,
was, yeah. Yeah, and it would make sense because Gail being in New York, maybe, you know what I mean, they run into each other, or maybe if Gail gets attacked, Joel hears about it, and maybe his company wants him to cover it, being his link to the past and his link to Gail Weathers. I mean, there's definitely some avenues they can take. If that's not the company that Gail's currently working for, she didn't switch companies. There's definitely some directions they can take with that.
yeah,
And then
definitely.
we also obviously have these set photos that confirmed right here that because I sent these to you, Jordan. You know what I
yeah,
mean? We got so we know we're going to be in New York for this movie. For the entirety of the movie, that remains to be seen.
yeah. Hey,
Now,
bro. So when you put up pictures on the screen, bro, do you have to have like a subscription to do that, or?
you have to have the paid account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to have the paid account. It won't let you put up any plays unless you have the unpaid account.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I pay for this for the $25 a month. I get to do all my overlays. I get to put my branding on the side or whatever and stuff like that. And I think
Okay.
I'm allowed up to 8 guests, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh
up
yeah.
to 8 guests on the live stream. Yeah, and I can also be streaming for not only to YouTube. I can stream to Facebook, Twitch. I can stream to multiple platforms at one time.
Oh yeah. I know you can do that with this.
Yeah, but me personally, I'd rather it's just too much. You know what I mean? Because to do it on other platforms, because you got to worry about like for like even on Facebook, me showing those overlays, those motherfuckers might try to copyright. You know what I
Right.
mean? And shit like that. Like certain platforms are funky as fuck. But then all right, so to move on, we were talking about this van or whatever and stuff like that. What do you think about that van? Whose van do you think that is, Jordan?
It's Sam's van, probably. Maybe. I don't know. It might be Sam's, I think.
Think she upgraded?
Yeah, because wasn't she driving a similar car? Or that was Richie's car, right?
Oh, we don't know that. We don't know if it was her or
Oh, it
Richie's car.
was
Honestly,
because
did we get that?
I remember
Did we get
that
that
actually.
confirmation?
Yeah. Because if you remember the Zach Cherry, like he was talking about how it was his car because he was driving it. I forgot Sam never drove it. Or she did when she like ran
No,
away.
she did. Yeah, she did when she left. Yeah, when she left to go kill Judy.
Yeah.
Let
Wait,
me
what?
stop. But I knew that
I'm
would
sorry.
give up.
What the fuck?
I knew that would get him. I knew that would get Jordan. I knew that would get him. I love that reaction. He said, "Wait, what?"
Oh my god.
Oh man. But yeah, she did drive the car. So I mean that could be hers. I mean, I'm about to say, Bob. I'm about to say, what did you say? Bob said it could be like
Like a
the equipment van, for Gail's, work for like the studio she works for or whatever.
Yeah.
It could be a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like it could definitely be a lot of things. It could be, the studio van. It could be the van that they're all driving in together. You know what I mean, or whatnot. Like
it could hypothetically be an Uber they all get to drive somewhere. For all we know,
that's an interesting take. Yeah, that's interesting. That could be an Uber as well. Yeah.
especially with my theory, where say they're like, if we only get one scene in the college, say they're sitting watching the opening thing happen, that's what leads them to New York. They'd have to get an Uber while they're in New York for the first time. Boom.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
So do you think they're going to college?
Carrie says someone needs to get their hot pocket their microwave beat. That's me, and it's not a hot pocket this time, Carrie. It's actually coffee, so I can stay so the motor can stay running. That was funny though. Good catch,
Hot
Carrie.
pocket. I dropped my hot pocket. No, I'm just kidding. You remember that? You remember that?
I do. I do. I like how you remember about my hot pockets, though, Carrie, because I have a knack for kind of like being a little bit late to the live stream just so I can smash off a hot pocket real quick. I appreciate
you used to eat hot pockets on stream?
Well, right before I come on a stream, like I'll be ready. I'll be having everything set up. It's time to go on a stream, and then all of a sudden I'll get hungry, and I'm like, "Yeah, time to bang out a hot pocket." It's convenient. You know what I mean? I don't got to sit there and spread the mayonnaise on the bread. I don't got to tie. You know what I mean? The tie off the bread. You take the bread tie off the bread. It's just just pop it in the microwave, let it heat up for 2.5 minutes, and then. Now, personally, when I feel like waiting, I put that bad boy in the oven. You know what I mean? So, get a nice little crispiness to it. Tastes better that way, too.
Put it in the air fryer.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that works.
That is. Hell yeah. Oh, man, I can only imagine the crunch off that bad boy. Woo! Oh, man. Whoa. Whoa, hold up. Before we move on to the next overlay guy, man, Ghostface Fanatic, let me go get my coffee. I'm going to let you guys take this one away before I have anything to say about it.
All right, see you later, Heather.
Have a nice night, Heather. Thank you for stopping in.
Oh, I'm not even going to entertain that. I know he's just trolling us.
Yeah, he is trolling.
Well,
Dewdrop is dead. He's dead.
Yeah, you can't. I'm sorry, you ain't telling me he's not dead.
Exactly. He's extremely dead.
I mean, I would believe Jill coming back before Dewey coming back.
Nah,
I'd believe Stu.
I believe freaking Stu would come back, man. Stu is super dead, okay? But Dewey is deader, okay? Well, yeah, he's deader. He got gutted, kind of. He got gutted. You
And Slice did the back as well.
said what?
Well,
You said what, Bob?
That's it. And the back. Don't forget, he also got it in the back as well. He didn't just get gutted. He got fucking slashed through that back, man.
I was gonna say that's what she said, and I was like,
that is what she said.
It is.
Okay.
And let's not forget, Gail is technically the reason Dewey's dead.
Gail?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro, I know. Bro, that's why I'm writing the diss track on her.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, I might actually do that, bro. That'd be a fucking funny ass video.
Yo, he said, I know. That's why I'm writing the diss track on it. Yo, Jordan. Yo. Oh, man. Damn. That just knocked me out my knickers.
You said what?
Oh, man.
Don't let him fool you. Ever since he saw Rocky Horror Picture Show, we know he's been rocking the same outfit underneath all his clothes that fucking Jim Curry was rocking.
You motherfucking right.
Hey, what were you saying though, Marcus?
No, that shit made me laugh. I said that shit knocked. I used the English term that knocked me out me knickers.
Oh. But yeah.
No, well, let me be wacky for a second here. You know what I mean? With this Dewey is the mastermind thing. I mean,
Listen.
I wouldn't like it. But let's get wacky here for a second, right? What if his death scene, okay. This is gonna sound so fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? But this is why it's wacky. What if his death scene, right, was staged, and much like how they incorporate the bulletproof vest or whatever, right? We know they wanted to make a rule and give new source material, right? What if all the shit that was coming out fucking Dewey, from the gutting, what if that shit is all prosthetic?
Or what if it was just like blood packs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not buying that though.
And he had a knife proof vest. They have those.
That's not a wacky story though. That's that would be some shit.
Yeah. Bro, Ghostface should have a knife-proof vest, bro. We should see that, like, him getting the shit stabbed at him, but it's not working because he had a knife-proof vest. Because those are, like, real and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, he has, like, both, maybe.
Yeah, but see, the one thing that bugs me, though, and I know this is a small thing, but technically, even with the knife-proof vest, there are certain bullets that will go through a bulletproof vest, and there are certain knives that will still go through it.
Yeah, there are. Oh, yeah, Carrie, by the way, Amber stole the vest after she killed Judy. You can see like the back of her cruiser is open. That's where she got the vest from. She didn't always have it. If you go back and look.
Carrie, to answer your question, I ain't wearing anything. How about that?
What the fuck? I'm not kidding. He faked his limp. Bro, he didn't have a limp in Scream 4, and now it's back. Dewey?
He faked his limp. He says he's faked his limp.
Which is kind of like, bro, in Scream 4, he didn't have it anymore, bro. Bro, pull up Carrie's comment. What do you mean? She literally found a bulletproof vest in the back of her van, and she put it on. You don't have to be smart to do that.
In the back of whose van?
Judy's. So, bro, you probably watched. I thought you said that you watched the Zach Cherry's video on it.
Oh yeah. Well, see.
Yeah.
Well, see. I didn't watch the rest of it. So he said that
So
she found a bulletproof vest in the back of the van.
yeah, bro. Because if you look at the scene, Dewey and like a cop is standing by the van, and it's clearly being cut off like for evidence because it was closed when Judy ran in the house, and then after her death, and you see all the reporters and stuff, and the police. You see the back is open, and Dewey and the cop is standing right there. So it's clear that Amber took that vest out of the back of the van at that moment. That's where she got it. Yeah, because she didn't have it before, bro. Yeah, that's definitely where she got it.
The only issue I would have with that is, I mean, it's not uncanny for Judy to have a bulletproof vest in her squad car. My issue is where the fuck was her service gun?
Exactly. I've always said that.
Like,
I'm going to say this again, though, guys. You have to realize certain things you do have to turn back into the station when you're off duty. It's not behind the straight.
But I don't think she had to do that because
even as the sheriff, yes, you do, because it has to be on record that everything was returned that has to be returned.
I could have sworn officers take their guns home.
No, not all of them.
I mean,
Carrie.
Dude was able to keep his.
Yeah. Bro, Carrie said, Jordy, Amber would have the. I'm guessing she said not. Amber would not have the common sense to do that. That crazy nutball is not smart enough to grab her vest. Judy didn't have a gun with her. You don't have to be smart to grab the vest. I mean, to be fair, you don't. Like, they were the most sloppy Ghostface killers out of all. Zach Cherry even said it multiple times. Like, they were, like, the most sloppy ones, But, I mean, you don't know how smart Amber was. I mean, she just grabbed the vest. She was like, "Oh, I see a vest. I'm going to put it on just in case, somebody has a gun." You know what I mean? I don't think it's that big a stretch.
Fascinating.
Huh?
That's fascinating. I said that is fascinating. I'll have to watch the rest of that video.
Yeah, right.
And not to mention, even if that isn't the case, who's to say she didn't leave it for Wes in the house?
What's up?
To be
What's
fair,
up, Jeremy?
Carrie, she was smarter than. Well, nah. Okay, she's okay. They were one of the dumbest ghost faces. I don't know. Do you think Stu was kind of a dumb ghost face? I feel like he low key kind of was, but
no, I think he was smarter than what a lot of people gave him credit for.
Yes and no. You can make an argument for both sides of the coin because you have to remember he was young, so you could claim he was dumb, but not on the same level as Amber's dumbness.
Yeah, she was dumb. Like, I think their plan was dumb, but in hindsight, when you look at the holes of '96, they were either holes or they had dumb plans. Because Stu said that he planned for them to shoot, who, but there's no way they would have known that they would have had the gun. There's holes in both of their plans, but I do feel like Amber and Richie were definitely like the most sloppiest ones, for sure. And then I'm trying to think who after that, because I feel like everybody else except those guys had like a pretty good plan. The only Ghostface duos that I think didn't have a great plan was, Billy and Stu and Amber and Richie, because if you think about it, neither one of the duos were going to get away with that, I don't think, in my opinion. Because Jill was going to get away with it, but she fucking, I don't know, that was stupid. So was Roman.
I mean, I think in that time, Billy and Stu, if they would have completed their mission and killed everybody, it's possible they could have got away with it based on that time. It would also depend on, obviously, because especially in that final act scene, they did leave a lot of evidence and stuff on the victims, especially like with Billy choking Cindy and stuff like that. But you also have to keep in mind DNA testing wasn't that great back then either. So
yeah, but there's also one thing you're forgetting. We had
Gary, you just don't like Amber. You just don't like Amber. I think she just doesn't like Amber. But
because Gail's camera would have caught certain things in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And if they didn't case the place and at least try to go over everything, yeah, because I don't even think they knew about the camera.
Right.
I mean,
But that doesn't make them dumb, though. I mean,
wait,
the only thing dumb is they didn't go looking around the house before doing anything.
The only way you can say they knew about the camera is if Stu actually looked inside the news van when he killed Kenny and he's seen the footage. You know what I mean? Of the delay being in the house. You know what I mean?
But with that being said, though, what dumb stuff do you think Amber did besides their plan being kind of whack? Besides that, what dumb shit did Amber even do?
What dumb things did Amber do?
I don't think she really did anything. In fact, I think she did some smart shit. The only thing that was dumb, again, I sound like a broken record, their fucking plan was kind of dumb. Like, they weren't going to get away with
Why didn't Amber
that.
kill Tara? That was the dumbest thing you could have done. She was easy pickings at that point. But no, you decided to tie her up and throw her in a fucking closet.
I assume that was just they had like a plan for, because Richie even said, "Hey, go get Tara out the closet." You know, they had some sort of plan. They didn't want to kill her yet.
Another dumb thing by Amber was going out on the porch acting like he was a fucking victim. That was
that was I thought that was smart because like
it's just smarter.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe her delivery on it didn't sit with me. I didn't like.
I mean, I'll agree the delivery was bad, but
like if you go back to she was lucky acting kind of good. But the only thing is, they've been through that bullshit, so they knew that it was a fucking trick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I would argue she's kind of smart.
Maybe why that's another reason why it didn't sit with me that well. You know what I mean and shit. I do like the fact that she just once she realized it wasn't working, she just said "fuck it" and shot. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. I'm being biased due to being angry that business Amber for she. Oh my god! It literally they left clues that it was her.
Carrie, hive mind, the whole cult. One does one thing, they all take credit.
No, listen, they weren't thinking that far ahead, man. I'm gonna be honest, they weren't. Like they left clues in there that it was her.
Oh, I'm gonna respond to Jeremy real quick. Marcus, I'm here on my lunch. LOL. Well, thanks for stopping in on your lunch, Jeremy. I appreciate the support, my man. If I recollect, Dewey had a lot of blood and guts spilled out all over the place. I don't think there's any way he could have survived that. Does someone suggest he could? No, I was getting wacky, Jeremy, and I suggested because Ghostface Fanatic thinks that Dewey is alive. I'm assuming, and that he's a mastermind.
I think he's joking.
Or whatever and stuff. But let's just go with the premise that he's being serious or whatever. So, because he does point out that he does fake his limp and all that stuff. I just was getting a little wacky and said, okay, you know what I mean? Well, we know they wanted to make their own requel movie. What if, the blood and guts we saw was fucking all prosthetics? That was me just being fucking funny and all on it and just trying to get wacky with the idea the comment presented at him. There's no validity to that. He's gone. Unfortunately, he's gone.
Yeah, no, Conrad. Stu did not kill Dewey. Okay, but
yes, he did.
No, he did. Like if he comes back, even if he comes back, he didn't kill Dewey. It doesn't make sense in my opinion. But do you think that there's going to be a character that fakes their death in Scream 6, kind of like in Scream 3? I feel like they should do that for some reason. I think it would be pretty dope if they did that again. Even though this is technically their Scream 2, I kind of want to see another character actually do that.
Why do that when you can have one just get away without even being attacked?
What do you mean? Like,
we only have the ones that they want to reveal, and at the end we see, whether it be Christina or whoever they want to use, we get one final kill and we know there was another killer involved. Why?
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about...
Yeah, but why do another carbon copy when you can expand and make it your own trilogy? You can do something new and interesting. And your way wouldn't subvert expectations. No one would... Everyone wants one, nobody actually is thinking that that's what they're going to do, is letting one Ghostface get away. Why not just do that where the one's not even shown at all at the end kill, and we get one
They can
final.
do both. That's not what I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about they killed it like
Yeah, but I don't want to
Victor
see another thing from Scream 3. The only thing I
I
want
think it'd be
to
pretty
see
cool.
come back is the voice changer for the studio kill.
I mean, I think it'd be pretty cool if like one of them faked their death and then they're still revealed. Like as long as they do it just as well or better, because they can still have a Ghostface get away. That those don't really correlate. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're having radio silence right too much, and then you're gonna have them really putting themselves in a pickle with that. We already saw that they really don't do well with the character development, so then you're gonna have more focus on trying to have the one fake to death, and that's going to take their time to figure that out, when that might not even be in the plans. It's a whole cult thing. Let one person, I guarantee you, we will have one final kill right before the credits and say your typical Flash or Ghostface.
Yeah, I've actually thought of that. I thought of something where like everything is like all said and done or whatever, and then everybody leaves, and then maybe like Gail or somebody's still at the scene or whatever, and then it's kind of reminiscent of like the Karen kill in Halloween Kills, and then you see another Ghostface after the other Ghostfaces are dead. You see another Ghostface pop out and kill whatever character, probably Gail maybe, and it ends like that, revealing that there was another one.
I'd rather Christina die than Gail if we're doing that way, because Gail would be midway through or something.
I mean, I feel like Gail might die in the film regardless. I don't think Christina's gonna die, if I'm being honest. If she's even in it.
I think, I mean, we talked about it last night. I mean, for me personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Mindy, be killed off, you know what I mean, in an homage to Randy, and then eventually be revealed. I think that would actually be not too bad, you know what I mean, and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, you even mentioned that last stream. I totally forgot that. Yeah, so that would be another way of faking the death. But
yeah, because I mean, we all. I mean, I'm going to say, outside of the ones who believe that Mindy could be a killer, a lot of us do believe she would be a goner in Scream 6. You know what I mean?
sure.
Because we see her as the Randy character. You know what I mean? So the general consumption would be the Randy character would die. But what way to subvert expectations and get different if you fake her death and she's revealed as the master, one of the people in the cult, you know what I mean? And she revealed as a Ghostface killer. I'd like that for Mindy.
That would be perfect. But here's what I don't think they'll do, man. As far as a cult, I don't think there's going to be. I think 4 is the absolute most, because if you do that, I feel like it kind of takes away what Scream is. Like some of the joy is actually like going and then finding out who killed who, and just having too many killers would also convolute shit way too much. I don't know. I feel like 3 is more than enough. 4 is pretty much pushing it. Anything over 4 is just extreme overkill. I don't think they would do that unless it's like crossing over between movies, but I don't know.
Yeah, but you're also not thinking we could still have cuts in the Woodsboro, which could lead to different killers outside of just your typical 4.
I don't know, bro. Like, because they're gonna be having one they're gonna be targeting the group. It's gonna be following that story, unless there's some other story that they're introducing at the same time. I don't think that's gonna happen. And like you said, they're gonna be focusing it on way too much if they do something like that. You know what I mean?
Actually, no, they won't, because I guarantee you Christina's going to be a part of it. She's not going to be in New York. We know that Tara and Sam and her are not going to fucking get well together. So I guarantee you we will see something with Christina in Woodsboro.
Actually, you just reminded me of the thought I had that I even wrote down when I was freaking writing my ideas for the Scream 6 killer. One of the ideas I had was her being the opening kill in Woodsboro, but then again, this doesn't make too much sense because we now know the film is taking place in New York. what I thought is maybe they were in New York, and then Christina gets killed off, and then they have to go back to Woodsboro, but it wouldn't really work because they're gonna still be in like New York, presumably throughout the most of the
That's
movie.
why Christina being the final kill would make far more sense than Gale. That would lead them back to Woodsboro.
Sure, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that could work, especially if they don't reveal all the killers at the end.
Guys, I mean, Ghostface is serious about that Dewey take, man. Like
He was very
Yeah, but then you're discrediting Roman though, because Roman's the one that set everything up, and we know Roman did that with what happened in 3.
That was
You
just a
can't-
silly thing. You know what I mean? Like him being in the woods. That's nothing. Okay, like that was presumably Billy, but in the stuff in the store, that was just a silly little addition, in my opinion. I don't think it's meant to be taken that serious.
And if you did, the only argument you could make would be more for Roman being in that.
I'd have to
But
watch the video
no.
again. I know somebody is another YouTuber did a video, and it was like a 10-minute video or whatever, and how he thought that Dewey was the mastermind or was behind it or whatever and stuff. And he made some interesting, points, but
Yeah,
not
but
enough.
when you think about it, everybody's supposed to be sus
enough.
in these movies. I
Say,
mean, Randy
yeah,
said it
like,
best.
I was gonna say not enough to make me believe that he was really like involved. You know
But
what I mean?
also
Like,
the whole concept of it, like Randy said, everybody was a suspect. I mean, they made Burke even sus in that. I mean, when they painted into his boots.
yeah.
Well, yeah, that was, yeah.
So I mean, everybody was supposed to be sus.
Yeah, but I do think
it
that's interesting, to get different and theorize, could Dewey have been involved in like that?
He said, "Guys, I'm playing with y'all. You know I'm joking. I know it was Roman. Roman wasn't in the because he didn't have anything to do with outside of getting Marine killed."
Oh, I know. I said the only argument you could make for anybody being there would be Roman, and it wouldn't make any sense.
No, I'm talking in response to his comment, bro. Look.
Oh, I know. No, I'm just saying the only argument I would agree to would be you can argue Roman being in the woods at that point.
Yeah, I mean the bathroom. I'm responding to a comment right here as well. Like the bathroom, Conrad. That was a prankster, but outside of that, I don't think there was a prankster anywhere else, as far as I've seen.
Other than the ones running through the hall.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that prankster did a good job sounding like Billy.
Yeah, I know, right?
He did.
What are you talking about in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sandy. I was like, oh, that shit. That was good. That was really, really good. No, I got you, Ghostface. Good shit. I ain't gonna lie. For a second there, I thought you were kind of being serious about it. But I mean, not even if you was serious about it. Like I said, there's actually people out there who believe that theory. Like there's YouTubers out there who believe in that. So, you know what I mean? It makes for an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Carrie, if he was lurking, then he would have already known that Sydney would have had the fame. And he didn't know that until he was starting to film for Stab 3.
You said known Sydney would have had the what?
Roman would have had the knowledge that Sydney became famous and had survived. If you take notice, in 3, he was going on how he didn't notice that until the making of Stab 3 when he did his research into the franchise. So he can have been lurking.
Yeah.
Or he would have known
I
all
had
that.
no idea they were gonna make a film of their own. Like I'm sure he knew after the events of Scream 1, but he just didn't do anything until 2000 or 1999 or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So the last picture, last overlay. This bad boy right here.
Ooh, a Ghostface ambulance kill? Perhaps. Maybe.
Do you think this is? Do you think this is like the scene of a crime, a scene of a kill, or a scene of an attack? What do you guys? What do you guys got on this?
I feel like it should. We should either have a Ghostface attack while it's, inside the ambulance, or maybe while it's parked. I think it would be dope.
I'm leaning towards more. It's going to end up being the scene of an attack.
Yeah, I think that's what it's to be. That's what it's looking like. That's interesting. I didn't even see that before, or whatever. Ooh, that's weird.
You said you
I don't know
didn't
if
see
you
what?
I didn't like pay attention to this before. If you
About
look
what?
behind, well, if you look behind the one paramedic, it looks like anyway, if that is a paramedic, or somebody else getting in the car, but it looks like I don't know. Do you think that that car could be getting searched
Uh,
behind the ambulance?
Maybe. I mean, the doors are, maybe those are just regular people. I mean, this is just a set, right? So nobody else
Yeah,
can be on it, right?
Yeah, that could be
yeah,
someone's like personal car, and they might be like planning, like seeing what would work for a car being put behind there. If there is say that's an accident scene coming up. Say they were just seeing what it would look like having like seeing how close they could get to the ambulance. I mean, anything's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
yes.
Literally.
I'll ask you this: if
Ooh,
this
what if that's
is
the house the
obviously
opening kill happens in?
that's an interesting take. That's really it. That could be. Um,
Or what if that's the play? What if that's say a library or something, and that's where Tara, Sam, Chad, Mindy do their research, and there ends up being a Ghostface attack in there while they're in there.
that could work too.
Oh, that would be
I'll
dope.
ask this: if this is the scene of an attack or a murder, who do you think the attack is on?
Chad.
So are you thinking am I tripping, or did one of y'all say that it might be like a library or something? Or
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Bob
Because
just said that.
I don't know. I feel like it would be Tara. I don't know why. I just feel like it would be. Hey, thanks, Conrad. I appreciate it for real.
So you think it would be Tara?
Yeah.
Well, if that Tara getting attacked, so okay. Well, if that's what you think, does she live or does she die this time?
She doesn't die. No, okay. So I wasn't saying it was going to be like an opening attack. I thought it was just going to be like a regular attack, like in the movie.
Yeah, even if it's just a regular attack, she live or she die.
She'll live. I don't think she's dying midway. I think somebody like Mindy or Chad may be more likely to die midway. But and people always compare her to Sydney or whatever. I know Sydney didn't get attacked, but that still for some reason brings vibes of when Sydney was in the library and she got, threatened and stuff. What if
Yeah,
there's like an actual attack instead of just like, a death threat or something?
I'll say this: if fucking Tara survives another attack, then I'm gonna start fucking thinking what Bob is saying is right because I'm just you
Well,
just
she's not gonna get cut up. She's gonna be like a chase scene, like an attack, but she doesn't actually get fucked
okay.
up like she did.
Okay, because if she gets fucked up again, and I'm talking about she gets fucking stabbed multiple times. I mean, I know we've seen Dewey survive, whatever, but she's not, she's not in that position to be portrayed as that character or viewed as that type of character or whatever. If
Exactly.
she would get attacked a fucking again, like brutally, and she fucking live, I don't know, man. I'd start maybe believing Bob has a fucking is on to something because
Yeah,
if
she's sus.
she gets brutally attacked like that again, she got to die, in my opinion. Like you keep getting fucking attacked like this, and you keep living. Like something's got to give here. Like you know what I mean?
Imagine
if it
if
is
she
Tara,
does.
I'm sorry. If it's Tara, she has to die. But hear me out on this.
Yeah.
Hear me out on this. We know Jenna Ortega's blown up. We don't know what she has in the works. She might have to ask to be killed because she can't book for the next movie. She might have a lot of shit lined up. We don't know what Jenna Ortega has in line.
What if she's the new fucking Casey Becker? think about it. Her star is burning bright like fucking like Drew's was back in '96. Her star is burning bright just like Drew's was. That would make a lot of sense, especially that she does have a lot of projects lined up. Ooh.
Yeah.
How
And
would you guys think about how would you feel about a Terror opening kill?
I don't
think
know.
it would.
I don't think I like that, bro. But here's something I wanted to add on, because I know last stream, like on my channel, we were talking about how, like actors getting paid. Bluck actually brought up a good point. Like I don't think that would. I know this is probably random, but I don't think that would be an issue for any of the actors, even Jenna Ortega, because Blucka brought up that she's like a 350K a movie, actress, and
Yeah, but guess what? Guess what? We
well,
know
she
that they're
gets
doing
booked, yeah.
we know they're doing a prequel to X. We know that Wednesday is done filming. We don't know what's going to happen when Wednesday comes out.
Yeah.
We know.
Wait, the
Scream 5
prequel is just about the what's her name, Pearl. It's just about Pearl. Remember? Like you see the trailer. Like it's taking place when the old lady was young.
I haven't seen it.
Oh.
I hope you didn't just fucking spoil it for me.
No, it's a trailer. The movie isn't out yet.
No, they want to do one with her, specifically for her character. We know they want to do that.
No, with Maxine. I think that's her character's name, right?
I don't know.
Marcus, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, X movie. I can't. I only watched it once. So I have to go back and watch it again.
So the prequel. So the prequel is going to take place even further, like in the 40s or 30s, following.
Yeah, but they want to do one for Jenna's character as well.
No.
Yes, they do.
When did they say that, bro? They're doing one prequel and then one sequel, following Mia Goth's character is the sequel.
I guarantee you, without Jenna Ortega's blowing up, they're going to do one for her character because they're going to see money.
There's no evidence of that, bro, because they already have 2 films, I believe, shot. Either they shot one of them and they're shooting the other one, or they shot both of them.
Yeah, but think about it. They're not going to confirm it yet because think about it. We know she's been doing a lot of other shit. She had no time. You have to book around people. You can't just announce this and then and say they wanted to start filming now. Guess what? That takes Jenna Ortega's time, and she has to pull double shit, and they're not going to force her to do that. Because we don't know what her role, no one knows what her role in Scream 6 is going to be. And plus, we don't know what she has going on in the future. Studios aren't going to announce everything they have planned for people.
Yeah, I know that, bro. She already has like 2 projects, but as far as the X franchise, she's killed off. There's no reason for them to do a prequel with her. And
yes, there is. If they can make money, they will find a way.
But
you can make an argument with See No Evil shouldn't have had a sequel yet. They saw money in it and it succeeded. You could
they didn't even care about
on
this
that
movie,
one,
bro. They didn't even distribute it or promote it properly. They didn't even distribute it to that many places. I don't think they're gonna care, if I'm being honest. But
Carrie, I mean, yeah, Terror. I guess it would feel repetitive in a way, but it's not impossible to think with all these projects that she's got going on. And it would, even though it would feel repetitive, would it not shock you that if Tara would die in the opening scene or die at all in this movie? I think it would. It would shock a lot of us.
Let me ask you this: instead of Christina being the ending kill, what if we get an ending kill where it's Tara?
It's possible.
It's possible. But what I want to happen is
scary. What's up, my man? Thank you for stopping in, Steven, man. Hope you had a great Sunday, my friend.
But what I think they should do, man, like if they really want to like go for it, they could literally kill everybody except Sam and Tara, and then Scream 7 is just like, again, more contained or whatever, And then like Scream 6 is where they just like go, just off the walls with like their ideas and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They like kill everybody except the 2 mains.
They got to do something. A lot of people got to die in this movie. I know that much. You gotta
Dude.
trim. You gotta trim the fat. You gotta trim the fat. And one thing that somebody on Screen Rant was saying, and this is why I think it's a possibility that Kirby and Gale could die in this movie or whatever, because trimming of the fat, getting away from all these legacy characters, you know what I mean, and stuff, because Scream loves to do that. If
Mhm.
it would be different, you know what I mean, if you kill these legacy characters or whatever and stuff, because that would be subverting expectations. We expect we expect certain people to live, kill them off. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna
Yeah.
Yeah,
be
but
interesting, man.
everybody's expecting Gale to die now, though. So Kirby would, but Gale wouldn't. See, that's a slippery slope because you have your Gale fans that still are going to die on that slope. She's not going to die. The majority of Scream fans say she's going to die. It's going to be. It's hard to say Gale would really subvert, but Kirby's death really would subvert because everybody is thinking she's going to take that mantle now that Nev's not coming back.
Bro, if they kill her over Gale, bro, I'm gonna be pissed, bro. It's about like Gale. I
Not
don't
if
know if they
Mindy's the killer.
intentionally,
Like I was
huh?
saying, not if Mindy's the killer. Like I was saying, Mindy would catch on to that tendency. Kirby be calling her shit out. It would actually make sense that Mindy would want to kill Kirby because she's calling her out on her bullshit.
Yeah, true, but not even talking about that, man. I just think um, I'd rather Gale die in general than Kirby. You know,
I
what do you
say
got? Who
fucking
would you
kill.
rather have leave?
Why not have both of them leave?
That's what I
Both of
said.
them
Fucking
die.
Well,
kill them both.
sure, but like if you had to choose, like what if one of them had to stay? Who would you want gone instead?
Mm.
Depends.
That's interesting.
If we still get the same Gale that doesn't want to have these new killers put in, and we're still going that cult route, you keep Gale alive, and Stu's gonna be pissed because he wants to be remembered. And the whole concept, no, she's not giving them the notoriety of this cult.
Hmm.
Craven says if they kill Gale and Kirby in this movie, it would be a catastrophic mistake and Judgment Day by radio silence. They cannot do that. That being that Sid is not in the movie, no way.
Just take Gale, man, or if you want to take care of Kirby, whatever. But you gotta take one of them, I think.
I mean, unless they burnt the bridge completely for 7, I mean, we could always have Gil. I mean, Sid come back at 7. I feel like. I mean, I just feel like if you're really gonna if they really want to get different, what better way than to do what we don't think they would do, especially with Kirby. You know what I mean? Like, and
And
then you
also,
kill
we
Gale
can't
to
say,
add to that.
and
Like,
plus, we can't say it would be a catastrophic mistake. We don't know what the story entails.
Right? We don't, but I don't even think Sid should come back for 7. I feel like they should end off the trilogy with 7. Maybe it's like we said, like how the show did it, and maybe
yep,
one killer is revealed in 6, and then the killer, the other like accomplice or mastermind, is revealed in 7, and that ends off the Carpenter trilogy. And then from there on, you have a clean slate. Don't bring back any characters. Move to a completely different storyline and make a new creative story out of that. That's what I think this franchise needs and should do moving forward. Because it's not good to just keep
I
going
mean,
back. You know what I mean?
I mean, but I mean, to answer Carrie's to respond to this, I mean, if this is supposed to be about Sam, eventually, I mean, essentially, this is supposed to be about Samantha Carpenter and basically her story. How would Kirby and Gale being killed be detrimental to the story at all? I mean, regardless of what, if Samantha Carpenter is supposed to be the focus, right? She's supposed to be the new Cindy. You know what I mean? How would Gale and Kirby being killed have any effect on Samantha's story? Like, I mean,
Well, okay,
I
like for us as fans, maybe they're just collateral. Maybe
yeah,
maybe her and Sam do have some connection, maybe on a deeper level, but we don't know. Like maybe they're friends or whatever, and they actually, but I doubt it because she would have had to been in 9th grade and Kirby in 12th. So I don't think they were friends or anything. But they could try to force that. That's always an option. Or, like I said, they're just, killed off for us, for the emotional impact on us. And they're just like a part of the story somehow. I still don't know how they're going to write her in.
I mean, personally, I say now is the time to do it because I want to see them move on and not go back to these characters again. I know they said there's more stories to tell in Woodsboro, but come on, it's time to move on from Woodsboro. It's time to move on from.
Wait, are you saying you want them to basically move on, kill Kirby and Gale?
Yeah, because you know what, we got to start fresh. We really do.
Literally, bro. That's what I'm thinking too, personally.
So, all right. So, to kill both of them after they could not get Cindy back for Scream 6, it would literally fracture a large portion of the legacy fan base. Wes Craven maybe could pull that off. No way. I mean,
I don't know because the story is supposed.
I want to ask Craven this. So, Craven, what if they do that, right? But you like the way they did it? That's what I'll ask you, Craven. What if they did pull it off, right? What if they pulled it off to where you think it could be Wes Craven-esque and it's acceptable for you? What would you say to that, Craven? Or better yet, how would you do that if you were in that position that you said, I'm going to kill both these characters off and make it make sense? How would you do it? You know what I mean? Especially if we're going to move on and trim the fat of these legacy characters, because I mean, there is a lot of people out there. As much as there's a lot. It's like an even kill. You know what I mean? 50% wants the legacy characters. There's the other half that wants to follow these new characters and trim the fat and not follow these old characters. You know what I mean? So,
what they could do, bro? They don't even.
I think that is such a cool, interesting dynamic, and that just shows the power of the Scream franchise. In all honesty.
But hey, they don't even have to kill them off. Hey, Bob, they don't even have to kill them off.
No, they don't.
They could just have them right off into the sunset, live happily ever after, and that's how they get written off. But I think maybe one of them should die. I don't know. I almost felt like I know me and somebody else agreed on this. Dewey and Gail probably should have had a kid. You know what I'm saying, to continue their legacy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
They really should have.
Yeah.
I know.
Little dewdrop.
Literally, bro.
Little dewdrop running around.
Literally, bro. That's a missed opportunity.
He'd be mocking Dewey every time Dewey eats ice cream.
On God, lick and then lick, because he was copying off of the sheriff in the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is and it goes back to also what Bob said too. This is another thing, guys, is that with these suits involved, you know what I mean? We don't know what they could want Radio Silence to do. They could sit there and fuck up Radio Silence's story. You know what I mean? And sit there. What if Radio Silence goes into this movie wanting to keep Gale and Kirby alive, but the suits are like, no. You know what I mean? Trim the fat, get rid of these legacy characters. This is what we got. This is what we're doing. Like, I think that we got to keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Because if they were around to fuck around with the money, they're going to be around to fuck with the story, in my opinion, too.
Yeah. Hold on to that thought. See, I'm bringing up all possibility angles to prepare people for what could happen because we don't know what they're going to do. And everybody wants to say Radio Silence has to throw out a banger. I'm also looking at it as the Weinsteins wanted to fuck up Scream 3 horribly. Who's to say Lantern Entertainment will not do the same thing? They weren't a part of 5, and now all of a sudden they've made their presence known.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Raven says, I just cannot foresee a scenario where, given the current climate, what happened with Nev, it would be a huge black eye on the studio and Radio Silence. They have to take them away slowly to not lose a huge part.
You're right. They're not going to kill both of them. like 100% in my opinion. But
At the
they're
most,
gonna
they
kill
kill
one. I think.
one. Craven says at the most they kill
Yeah,
one of them, if any. We'll see.
I believe
I
so
think
as well.
I think that would be quite an interesting conversation if they fucked around and pulled that off. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but see,
Like
also everybody's
I said I do expect one of them to die.
okay. Hold
Yeah,
on to that thought. I have another interesting thing to bring up. Everybody says they want Radio Silence to make a banger, but anytime somebody brings up something where it involves killing both, all of a sudden that's a bad idea. If Radio Silence wants to create a banger with no interference involved, let Radio Silence do what Radio Silence wants, and let's see what Radio Silence brings to the table if there's no interference from Lantern Media. We have to let them make their story.
Yeah, that
yeah.
is true.
I mean, I'm not trying to ridicule anybody. I agree it would be a bad idea, but also you have to remember there's a reason this trilogy is happening and there's new characters. It's mostly centering around Sam. I think it's going to mainly center around Sam and Tara being the final people in this.
Same. Hey, but what do you guys think about this? Do you think that Radio Silence with this movie is actually gonna go just go for it and just take all the risks in the world, or do you think they're talking out of their ass again? Like, what do you guys think is gonna happen? Because I want to believe that they will go for it. So I'm leaning more toward that side because I don't want to jinx it and just be like, oh no, they're gonna make a shit movie. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like they could do it.
I think they're going to try to, but we have to keep an eye on what Lantern Entertainment does. I think Radio Silence does want to risk it all, but we don't know what these big suits are going to do. That's my main concern with all of this.
Yeah, and one thing I did just think about, maybe they did think they subverted our expectations. Maybe what they did, they thought it would, but it just failed.
Yeah, but if you think about it, they're trying to make Sam the final girl. Say even if along with Tara, they like Marcus was saying, if you want to look at it to him, that he found Sam very sus, and this whole story could center around to swerving those people that aren't like me that think Tara was more sus. So it can still subvert expectations.
Yes, Tara was definitely more sus. Sam, like, she literally just was going through shit. That's literally all. I don't think they were at all even considering her being actually the killer or setting her up to be one in the future movie, in my opinion.
You'll see.
I felt they were trying to center more to make it like kind of like Bill.
No, she's a good guy, bro.
Oh man,
She's a good character.
hey Jeremy, thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate you. You enjoy the rest of your night at work, man.
Hey, see you, man.
See you, man.
Appreciate you stopping by, bro.
Glad to see every stream in here, man.
But yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice if Kevin wrote again, but you know, we're gonna get what we get. I know. Let's see what Radio Silence has to offer. You know what I mean? Let's see what these guys have. You know what I
But
mean?
also, let's keep an eye on. We also have to keep an eye on Lantern Entertainment / media, because they could screw up Radio Silence and this entire franchise.
Seriously. Carrie says, sorry, but I would not be mad at a very memorable Sam opening kill. Make our jaws drop at the very beginning, then Kirby can. No. Sam, listen, she's underrated as hell, in my opinion, bro. I think she is a great character. Hey, bro, even Zach Cherry thinks so, bro, which I didn't expect. I think she's a great character, bro. I think I enjoy her as the new final girl. They should not kill her in the opening. Nor do I think it would make sense.
Plus, if you do that, then what was the whole point of having these Billy flashbacks and everything and her trying to fight these inner demons? I think that would actually take away from even. And also, then, if we're going to have Kirby as the final girl, what's that going to leave for Tara? Tara's going to have to be killed off then. And that means, I'm sorry, you can't have one without the other.
Well, that's not that. Like, you could probably have Sam without Tara. To be fair, you could have Tara without Sam. But it wouldn't be. It would have to be something like the motive would just have to be like, oh, I'm going after the group or something. Just something. They could make it work. I think, in my opinion.
They could, but to be honest,
Carrie,
because of stuff
Samantha alone.
Stu is the opening kill.
Leave her alone.
Okay, I'd be down for.
Samantha alone.
Hey,
Carrie.
Marcus, Stu is the opening kill. They just reveal right off the bat Stu's alive, and then he's somehow the opening kill.
Okay, let me ask you guys this, since everyone
Well, that
wants to
would
say
piss
Radio
me
Silence
off.
can't do one. Let me ask you something. What? Okay, say we do find Stu is alive, but say this new killer is going around killing past survivors, and technically, since Stu is still alive, he does count as that. And this one's going after Kirby and Sam not Kirby and Sam, Kirby and Gale most of all. Like
That would
those
actually
three.
be dope. Like if it was their motive was literally just to kill off everybody who survived. You know, one idea I had was like a Ghostface killer that literally was like trying to kill off the cast Stab or the Stab cast. Oh my fucking god, I've mixed them up.
Oh my god, what if we get a mix of both? What if they pan in between and like the killings are happening at the same time?
And like they're going after like the cast and the real life people?
Yeah, because we could have the cast like out in California and that in Hollywood, and then the East Coast one with New York.
Yeah, that would be dope. I think that would be good.
And that would make sense for 4 killers. 2 over in Hollywood, 2 over in New York.
Yep, and they're all in it together, I'm assuming. Yeah, that would be the only way it would work.
Even if they're not, it still would be interesting.
Bro, what I think we're going to get is 2 ghost faces on the screen at the same time, though.
Oh, that would be dope as hell.
Dude, or they like do a kill together or some shit. That would be dope as fuck. That would be insane.
Oh, definitely.
Scream 3 did what already, Carrie? What are you talking about? What did I say that Scream 3 already did?
Probably killing off the Stab cast, but
okay, like the actual, like they bring well, I mean, I guess, but not really. It wasn't his motive though. His motive was still to get at Sydney. Like, what if the Ghostface killer motive was to fully just go after the Stab cast? So
yeah, what if he wanted to stop the Stab movies?
Huh?
What if they wanted to stop the Stab movies? They're getting sick and tired of Stab, so they think it'll be a good idea to kill the Stab cast.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Cause like they go after like Tori Spelling or whatever, and just all the cast.
You cannot, Stu. No, that would be such a disappointing opening if Stu was alive and they kill him early.
I'd be laughing my ass off. I'll be like,
you
bro,
would be.
Yo, what? Like, listen, I love Stu
at the demise.
Huh?
Just because so happy
y'all
at
really
that.
thought he was gonna come back and they just bring him back just to kill him off, bro. Listen,
you know what?
Stu,
just for that, Gail's gonna live now.
No. Listen, love Stu, but man, they bring him back. I don't know if it would sit well, and I don't know if it would actually like ruin his past character. I don't know. I just don't know, bro. If they do, I hope it's
Carrie,
good.
Live her alone.
That's all I would say.
Carrie, live her alone.
Because they could very easily fuck it up.
What about Ghostface?
Bro, they could pull a Morales. Have you ever watched Walking Dead?
Yeah.
You said what?
I said, yeah, they could.
Pull a Morales?
Never really got into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically what that means is, bro, like, there was a character, I think, I already told Bob about this. He already knows. There's a character named Morales that was in, like, season 1. Obviously, it would be different because Stu is an important character, but Morales was, like, this character. He was a background character. But for some reason, bro, the internet was always blowing up about theories of him coming back. I don't know why. And then at season 8, bro, they bring him back. Random as fuck, bro. And then he gets, like, 2 minutes, and they kill him off, bro. It's so stupid.
I like
but it. The reason I say they can pull Morales is think about it, bro. This is even bigger. People are making theories about Stu being alive. People are actually so sure about it. Way more than that. And this is a bigger character. What if they really just bring this dude back for fan service? They don't have a good story, no way to truly bring him back in a way that makes sense, and they just do it, and then he just dies, and it's just that, and there's no like, I don't know, man. I
Not to
just feel like
mention,
it would.
even if you had plans, say they burned the bridge with Nev now, they could easily write that in for a motive just for fan service at this point.
Stu coming back.
Yeah, because you could have had some kind of story with Sydney and him having a final showdown. But if they've burnt that bridge completely thanks to that stupid head honchos, I mean, it's a possibility we could see it. And I know people aren't going to like me saying it, but you got to think about how head honchos kind of screwed over Nev.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Stu coming back at this like 27 years later, and dude, it's so weird, bro. Because when I say it now, it just seems silly to me now. I like because having him come back this late, I feel like he wouldn't be coming back as a villain. Like if he's been like behind every killing, I don't believe that he's. I super don't believe that he was behind any killing that was like the second movie, third movie, or fourth, maybe fifth. But I don't know. I just don't feel like fuck. I lost my train of thought. My bad. I just don't see them coming, bringing him back as a good guy. I mean, as a bad guy. Maybe he
That
gets a
would,
redemption arc.
that wouldn't be a bad thing. What if we did get a redemption? That could be quite interesting to see. I know it would piss people off that want Stu back to be mainly a villain, but you know what? That's an interesting concept in of itself, having him kind of redeem himself.
I mean, I feel like it makes more sense. I mean, if they brought him back a long time ago, I feel like it would have made more sense for him to be a villain. But if somehow he survived fucking, the blood loss, possible oxygen deprivation, whatever, and he's like in a mental institution and he gets released somehow and goes on this whole arc, I think that would make more sense. But I don't know. But I would want to see him as a villain. That's the thing. I would want to see him as a villain over that. But I just want them to do it well and not fuck up and just do it for fan service, which I feel like is really possible, especially with that Walking Dead example, Stu being a way bigger character. They know people are going to go crazy, even if it doesn't make sense. They know people want him in the movie.
I just want it to make sense. That's all I'm asking for. It better be a solid story, or you're just at that point you kind of just ruined Stu.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be fine with a redemption if it worked. You could still write that in as much as I'd want it as a film, but it'd be interesting to see them kind of pull a redemption arc on him.
Yeah. Man.
I prefer Stu the Killer.
What we all do.
I mean,
what we all do, but when you stop
to
story spelling opening kill would be totally left field. Yeah, that would be. That would be the way to kind of maybe send shots at the Stab franchise and kill off a Stab character. That'd be different.
Yeah, that would be fucking crazy. Actually,
that would be left field.
Yeah,
I wouldn't see that fucking coming.
Hey, that would leave him.
Well, if that happens, the killer has to recite the words from fucking Scary Movie 2 that the ghost recited and tell her, "You gave me crabs." He's got to tell her that. He's got to tell her that while he's killing her. You gave me crabs.
I thought you could hypothetically have Ghostface dress up as a pirate and kill some chick named Amber. I'm just saying, who's a blonde.
All right.
Wait, what? Never mind. I don't get it. Never mind. Wait, a triple kill opening in the opening scene, dude. That's what bro. They should have multiple kills in the opening. That could also increase the body count, and they do it in creative ways or some shit.
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, as long as it, like, I mean, what do you mean, like, in terms of a triple kill? Like 3 people dying at one time?
Well, like in general, like in the opening, like there's multiple kills outside of there just being 2, I think that's what because Ghostface Fanatic had put it in the chat. That's why I said something about it. But
Well,
I think they could.
as long as you don't go Scream 4's route where it was a movie within a movie within a movie within a movie.
You know, for it being the best sequel, in my opinion, it did have the worst opening, I think. But I still enjoyed the opening. I don't think it has a bad opening.
I enjoyed it. It fucked me up in the theater. That's why I enjoyed it, because I thought each one was the opening kill. I'm like, well, wait, what's going on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
See,
and then
for me, the opening kill was good. The opening kill for me was good the first time watching, but kind of gets boring after a few multiple watches, in my opinion.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoy all of the openings, but I feel like in terms of like entire movies, Scream 2 is the most boring. But when it gets to that like reveal, like that was definitely one of the more important times in the franchise, because it was the first time an actual Ghostface took off the mask with Mickey. And that's such an iconic scene. And then, you know, his scenes after that with Sydney, and then freaking Miss Loomis freaking running on the stage like a fucking... It was, I don't know, bro. Go back to that scene. It's hilarious when the fucking fake rocks are falling down. She looks so goofy, bro. She runs to the end of the stage and then turns around and just keeps running in circles.
Craven says, I personally hope they let the Stab franchise rest for a movie. We talked about it a little bit earlier, Craven. We think that if anything, they don't make a movie. We think there's a possibility they could try to do an homage to Scream the TV series and try to turn it into a Stab TV series or whatever, something like that.
Dude,
I mean, me personally, I wouldn't mind if there was no Stab references, but I do think that they will at least maybe do a TV series. I think that could be in the cards, even though I personally as well do without Stab references.
Bro, I was gonna make like a video about it. I think they should literally make a Stab TV show where it's the Brandon James mask and everything, and there's like maybe a fucking new cast or whatever, or maybe they just use footage from the actual TV show, maybe. But
my concept is this: have a thing where like there's an interview going on, like someone has it on a TV or something, and we're actually seeing, at least if you only can get one or two of these people, fine, but get like Carlson Young, Willa Fitzgerald, John Carna to kind of be there and talking about the experience of the small town of Lakewood.
Oh, you were saying like the actual Scream TV series cast, like do an interview? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading a comment. That'd be dope. I would actually really love that, and that would be a cool thing for us TV series fans.
Although I'm still going to say this. I still say this. You can call me fucked up for saying this. Bring back Noah in this, and he's dating Kirby.
That would be fucking hilarious. I would like that though. That would be dope.
That would be different. That would be different.
Though? Yeah, that sounds like a good
that'd
idea.
Be nice. That'd be a nice cross reference.
Hey, if you guys don't think I'm nuts for saying it, then I'll give you guys more credit.
You said what?
That would be a nice.
I said you guys are the first ones that didn't call me nuts for making that suggestion. I'm just sitting here thinking he's gone out with all these different. Have him just come in this movie. He's dating Kirby.
I mean, it's not really a bad idea, because especially if Kirby, let's say if Kirby kind of is at this point in life where she doesn't really like talking about horror movies anymore. If she, given her experience, she has him for that. If they were to book him as the same type of character as he was in the TV series, we wouldn't need Kirby, you know what I mean, to have horror movie expert. We would need her to use that.
Oh my God. Could you imagine if Mindy was the killer and both Noah and Kirby are like just calling her out on bullshit because they find her so fucking sus?
But hey, if she's the killer, this is something we haven't addressed. Who would be her accomplice, do you think?
Wayne, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it.
What's good, Wayne?
Well, if we have Tara getting brutally attacked again, I'm going to say Tara.
Oh yeah.
It's 5:08 p.m. in Sydney. It's Monday and 5:08 p.m. here in Sydney, Australia. Wayne says, "Ooh, you're a whole
Oh
basically
shit.
a day ahead of us."
Yeah. Fuck. It's 2:15 a.m. where I am.
3:15
Wayne
a.m.
says,
here.
Wayne says I shot Jordan and Hunt 6 times. Love
Yeah, I
it.
did see that comment. That was funny as fuck.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Craven. Stu would never be killed in the opening. Like goodness. And I've seen some of you and Carrie's comments. Yet I agree. That would be terrible writing. I wouldn't want that at all.
well, you guys act like it's out of the realm of possibility. What if the head honchos want that?
That'd be fuck.
If the head honchos fucking want that shit and they would do that
Stop
shit.
focusing on me, Carrie. Okay? Okay? My gum chewing is none of your business. Okay? No, I'm just playing. But nobody else notices.
If they do
it's just
shit,
you.
we riot. Fuck that.
You said if they do that?
If they do that shit, we riot. Like
Amen.
that's bullshit. Like, I mean,
I would
my
hate
thing
it
is
too.
this too, because if you would, because of all the hype and all the build up to that character, you know what I mean, making his return, you have to do it better justice than that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can even make the same argument for Kirby in an opening scene. You have to do that character justice. You have to do right by that character. That, they're pushing it. It's one thing. I mean, we could say it's one thing to fuck Nev over on the money and fuck with the movie. It's another thing to bring Stu Macher back in the opening scene and kill him off. Like,
Yeah, but think about it. It doesn't mean he necessarily died if he's the cult leader. You guys aren't thinking bigger picture.
If he gets shot in the head or something, yeah.
Well, if he gets shot in the head, that's
but then what the fuck would be the point? Is he doing it for the cameras?
Think about
No,
it.
my
yes.
thing is this: if they kill him off,
nobody knows he's alive.
If they kill in the opening scene, it's a definitive kill. I don't even want to fake out. I just want him, let him do his business, run his cult, and then we find out later. You know what I mean? We don't need no extra shenanigans.
So what do you want from that, man? Because like, do you want him to just come back like a regular Ghostface and then get killed off at the end? Because to me that would be pointless. You either have to do something bigger or just don't bring him back at all, which is what I'm assuming everybody's wanting him to come back the last 10 minutes. Oh, I've been doing this all along.
We'll see how you can make it seem like he has not been doing it all along, as if he is the cult leader and he has been involved. You know what I mean? Then it would all be for nothing. We wouldn't be seeing him on screen, but he'd still be there like that. You know what I mean? But we wouldn't like that would still work that way as long as we know he would be involved. Like a flash, like me and Bob talked about it. You know what I mean? What if we get like a Saw style flashback explaining everything? That
would be dope as fuck, but
and explaining how he's been involved this whole time.
That would be dope, but do you want him back for just the last bit though, like it usually is? Or do you want him to get away with it and him be a factor in Scream 7? Let's say if he is revealed in Scream 6. Or if he's revealed in Scream 7.
What I initially wanted, and now we don't even know what we're going. But what I initially wanted was some character arc from Christina Carpenter. And we get at the college, if you know it's going to be at the college, we get 2 Ghostface reveals at the college. And then we cut, and we think that's the ending. Then we cut to the real ending, which is Christina getting a call, getting chased, and then the killer picks up the phone, calls Cindy, and then the credits roll. You know what I mean? Because then if we find out that Stu, you know what I mean, Stu is alive and he was involved and he's the one who killed Christina or whatever, well, then you have him for more than just the end reveal. You know what I mean? You just don't have him you have him for a reveal and a non-reveal. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, cool. So like, he's not you find out that he did kill Christina?
if that would be my ideal ending scene for Scream 6. If we're going to 3 killer, I want 2 Ghostface reveals at the college, to where we think that's the end. And then obviously we cut to a different scene, and it's Christina at her house or wherever she's at alone or whatever. She gets the call, she gets chased, the dialogue, we get everything. She gets chased, gets killed, and then the killer picks up the phone and calls Cindy, and then we get the end credits. You know what I mean? Because especially if it's revealed that it's Stu, like in the next movie, that would be so fucking badass. And then it's not, we didn't just get Stu the reveal. We got Stu at the end of Scream 6 without a reveal as well.
Yeah, and here's what I was thinking, bro. Like, as far as Sydney coming back, because we've all pretty much, I think we all agree that it wouldn't make sense for her to come back, right? From what we were just, brainstorming or whatever. One thing they could have done that could have been just an insane opening. What if the way that Ghostface gets her to come back is they kill Mark or something, or they take her kids or something, and like she has to follow Ghostface wherever the kids to get her kids back.
I got a better idea. I got a better idea than that, and this leads into me and Marcus's idea
both.
with the whole diary. We go with your ending kill. What if, even without Sydney, what if he takes that diary and reads it, and he now knows about fucking Sam being Billy's daughter?
Wait, are you talking about Ghostface or Kincaid?
Really, you're going to ask that, Jordan? He just was talking about Ghostface killing Christina, and you're going to ask if I'm talking about Mark. I could get Marcus asking me to repeat it, but
that's what I was talking about.
I'm talking to Marcus because, but Marcus has my same theory with Hall, Sam, and Sydney being
okay. I thought you were talking about. I thought you were going off what I was saying. So my bad.
Yeah, it is still going off what you're saying, but it's a better concept than that. We don't even need Mark or the 2 other kids. All it has to take is that call, and if they did get Nev back, and all we hear is the Ghostface voice, I know your secret.
So it's just some random Ghostface that came across the diary?
No, it's going to be Stu. I know your secret. And think about it. Not many people would know that Sam and Sydney are mother-daughter. That would terrify Sydney even more than just hearing Stu.
Yeah. I like Jordan's idea too, just from a personal standpoint. How personal can you get?
Kill Mark and then take the kids?
That would be nuts.
Yeah, but then that takes the focus off of the core 4, though. Or the core 3.
I'm just talking about like if they wanted to bring Sydney in, that would.
Yeah, but that you have to make that the focal point of that story. You can't really intertwine Sam being involved in that. See, if we have Sam revealed as Sydney's daughter, or at least implied with a secret, it makes sense for 7. And this leads into me and Marcus with the whole Sam is Sydney's daughter.
I mean, it could work in terms of not focusing so much of the story around it. Like, especially like it would be kind of like, in my opinion, how you can incorporate Sam into the story is Sam returning the favor for Cindy, from Cindy in this last movie. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways they can do it. You know what I mean? I think it would be a cool concept. You know what I mean? Just from a personal standpoint, like, ooh, that would be so fucking personal. Like, and who better would be to do that, Stu, because of the personal connection to 96. Like, I like all of our ideas for that, guys. Like, honestly, I do. Like, that's some deep shit, Jordan. Like, man, take the kids, kill Mark.
And it would be pretty dark too. Like, she would be messed up over that. That would be literally the perfect way, because that, she's gonna go after her kids. And the Ghostface killed her husband. You know what I'm saying? She went all the way to Woodsboro to kill Ghostface for killing Dewey and everything. So it's within character.
Yeah, but why would you want to kill off Mark? Then you're pretty much not giving her that happy ending. Now you pretty much just fucked her family up. See, that ruins the whole happy ending.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but
that's
that's
gonna
just
fuck the
assuming they want
kids
to
up.
bring her back, because I mean they keep bringing her back. They already painted her life as just misery. If I'm being honest.
Do
Yeah, but
you
if you
think? Do you think? Do you think by them saying that there's still more Cindy story for Cindy that they kind of put that at risk by saying that?
I think it was referring to what me and you were talking about, though, Marcus. I'm sorry. I'm thinking it's Sam being Sid's daughter.
Oh, I agree with that. You know what I mean? But
I don't think
I
that's
mean,
gonna happen.
just in case it's not. Oh, I do, man. Go watch that dialogue again, man. Like
And
that that
plus it was implied she
felt
didn't
that.
read that whole diary. So
Yes, she didn't. She didn't read the whole diary.
Plus, I don't see Sydney doing that. Just giving Sam up. I don't know. Listen, I understand it was
Why
Billy's
not?
kid, but well,
Think about
okay.
it
To
this
be
way:
fair, because
it would
before
be just
Scream
like
3. Never mind.
Roman. It would be just like Roman. She had a
Yeah.
kid.
no, it
This
wouldn't be like
person
Roman.
she
You can
didn't
actually incorporate it differently because think about it. Well, while Roman was abandoned due to wanting to be neglected, Sydney can easily give it up to keep that child protected from being hunted down.
And then like Sam takes it the wrong
Yes,
way, and
Because she
that's
didn't read all the diary. Say something comes of it, and you can argue Stu hands her something out of said diary that only shows that it was the daughter, but nothing else that was in there. Like there's
mm,
still
yeah.
missing
I mean,
parts of that.
yeah, but you can still also go with the premise that Cindy didn't want that stigma of having Billy's kid on her hands too, which is why she ended up giving Samantha up for adoption. The kind of same way why Ming didn't want that stigma of having Roman as her child because she was raped, etc. So you can go with that as well and stuff in terms of Cindy,
You could,
giving up Samantha.
then you are setting Sam up to be that villain, and then it's not going to overcome that demon. I think it's better if you have that part in the diary where it was to protect her.
yeah, that would be good.
I mean, yeah, yeah, but I mean,
And then
my thing is
but
this:
then you
what if
also are making a carbon copy of 3 when 7 comes. Then
I
you are
mean, I
following
already
the
kind of
original
felt
3.
I've said it in my videos before. I already kind of felt like with Sam's character, if she is Cindy's daughter, that they were setting her up that way because I can't see Samantha, especially if she either already knows Cindy as her mother or if she finds out. How do you have a happy ending from that? You were neglected all. She was neglected all her life. Even Cindy in that scene in Scream 5 only acknowledges 2 kids. How do you think that would make her feel? You see
Yeah,
how
Yeah,
it made Roman feel.
yeah,
yeah.
but also we have to take into account of the diary. We don't know what's all in there. There could be something where Christina was supposed to like allow like when Sam got older, call this number. I do want to talk to my daughter, and we find out she never did because she was so obsessed with Billy, she wanted to claim Sam as her own. You can easily still write that around in the story.
Yeah, you can, but just as
Sure,
easily
yeah,
as you
but
can, just as easily as they can do a carbon copy, you know what I mean, of Roman's story arc with Samantha. You know what I mean?
but
It
I
can
think they're
go both
going with that.
ways.
She's not the daughter of Sydney. I don't see him doing it though. If I'm being honest.
I think they set. I would put it this way. I think they set the seeds and they set the table for it.
See
Whether
you
they
later, Kirby.
capitalize on it remains to be seen. Have a nice night, Craven. Craven, man, thank you for showing up, my friend. Always appreciate you and the support. And I will chat with you later. I actually got to send you a message in IG, and see if you want to get together for my birthday live stream this Friday or whatever. I know you have a busy Saturday ahead of you, so if I can at least get in for an hour or two for my birthday stream, that would be a great pleasure. So I will definitely hit you up on your Instagram, my friend.
But let me ask you this: why do we? Everyone has fears that this is going to be a carbon copy of Scream 2. If we get the same carbon copy story for 7, guess what? Way too predictable. You followed 1, 2, and 3. Legacy fans are going to catch on to that. People were already getting annoyed that 5 replicated 1. If 2 replicates 2, and then 3 has the same replication, you just recreated the original trilogy.
Well, no, honestly, that's where I came up with my whole Sam theories because that's how what I feel like they did
Yeah,
with
but
that
that
character.
doesn't subvert my expectation. If they set 2 up how it is, I would expect that in 7.
Yeah,
And
I
they
I,
and
I
at that
understand
point
that.
and at
I'm
that
just
point
saying
they didn't risk
that
it all. And at that point, I'm sorry, I
no,
have to agree with Jordan. It wouldn't be risking it all.
no,
Yeah,
it
it
wouldn't be.
wouldn't at all.
I'm just saying that that's what I
Or
feel that they did, and that's what
or
I
they can
feel
do
that they're
what
doing. It,
or they
it
can
may
do what
not
Halloween Kills
subvert
did.
our
I mean,
expectations.
and
I
I
just feel
mean,
like that's the direction they're going.
or they can do what Halloween 2018 did, where they just had a lot of references and callbacks, but they make something completely new out of it. You know?
Yeah, but then also
That's
my other
true.
question is, how many times are we going to have psycho girl with problems end up being a killer? They always pull that trope.
Wait, what? Wait, we were talking about.
No, I'm talking about Sam going full on killer. Every movie has psycho girl go crazy. She becomes killer. Every movie takes that trope. Scream always has kind of shaken it up a little bit.
I
Yeah,
mean,
sure.
it's just I just feel like they're going in that direction. It's it may not subvert everybody's expectations or whatever and stuff like that. That's just what I feel like. That's what they're doing.
I'm going to say this, and I know everyone's going to hate me. If they do that, I'm just going to wait to see 7. If they set those plans that she is going to become the killer and they go through with it, I'm not going to go pay for it in
Well, I
theaters.
don't
I'm
think she would
sorry.
become the killer in 6. I don't think she would become the killer in 6.
No, they
I
would
was
be
thinking
planning.
after
They'd be planting the seeds. I said if
they
they
would set.
plant the
Okay, you're
seeds,
saying setting the table,
if
basically
they do
setting the
that,
table even
I'm not
more.
giving. I'm not giving 7 a chance in theaters. I'm not because I'll already be like same trope. I'll just wait. Kind of saw it coming.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this because everybody wants to. I mean, I'll admit I find Tara more sus. What if at the end of this, Sam overcomes those demons, her Tara work together, and they actually rebuild their family relationship? What do y'all think of that?
Yeah, that could happen. I mean, maybe I'm being a dick, but I don't want to see no happy endings. I want to see motherfuckers get slaughtered. You know what I mean? And
If
that's
that's the
just
case,
me. I
if
mean,
that's the case, Sydney should have already been dead. Then can't
eh,
have.
I mean, I feel like after 3, in my personal opinion, I don't think she should have even been brought back. If you were going to give that character the happy ending, that ending with the door opening and nothing comes through it, to me, that was the perfect ending for that character. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that was a sign that all her demons or whatever was gone. You know what I mean? Well, I was actually stunned when they announced Scream 4 and that there was, she was actually coming back for it. I thought that Wes was going to take it in an entirely new direction. You know what I mean?
He
And stuff. I
he,
was really shocked when he
he
brought her
kind of.
back.
When you look at that original script, he kind of was though. Jill was going to be getting away with it, and it was going to
Yeah.
follow mostly her and Kirby. So actually, it kind of was going to get rid of the. I mean, I'm not saying Sydney would have
Yeah.
died, but it would have kind of gotten away from Sydney. Kind of like where this one should be setting up, personally. Like Jordan was saying the other day, I can respect that the OG were back for 5, but I think it's time to branch out a little bit. Now, the circumstances I disagree with, but I think we all can come to an agreement. We all kind of expected Sydney not to be a main focal point in this movie in 6.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just hate the circumstances around it. We hate the fact that these fucking suits who have nothing to do with the 5th one are now rearing their ugly ass heads.
Literally.
Yeah, that ending for me in Scream 3 was just that was fantastic. You know what I mean? Which is like I said, I was shocked when she came back from 4. I mean, like I thought that ending. Now I will ask you this because it always I never got a definitive answer. I don't know if anybody did. What do you think Mark was saying at the end of Scream 3 when he says, "Hey Cindy, we're gonna watch a movie," and she says, "What kind of movie or what is it?" And he says, "You'll have to wait and see." Like, did you
Just
guys ever take any? Did you guys ever think into that too much?
no, bro. He was just saying like he wanted to keep it a surprise. She would have to come and see. Simple as that, I think.
Kind of like what we were talking about backstage with you kind of bringing up that random thing that we might be doing in the future.
Okay, got you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, I don't know. That always stuck with me. I always thought that if you wanted to, do something with that, you could.
Yeah, you could have.
Oh, Carrie comes through in the clutch. Thank you, Carrie. She says apparently this shit will hurry up. Rumors was that it was more of Randy videos. Ooh. I would like to see that footage.
Oh yeah, there was a rumor.
What do you guys think about that?
There might be, but I think it might be a little bit of a stretch because people already think it's a big stretch for the tapes in general to exist.
Yeah, that'd be way too much of a stretch. I understand the small parts in that one small video.
Yeah, Craven even just confirmed that. He says, "Hey, I'm shutting down and have an answer for you on what those videos were in Scream 3." Comment up. It was more Randy videos. Nice. Thank you both, Carrie and Craven, for that because I didn't know that. I mean,
I got to
agree. Oh yeah,
with...
there was. Fuck, I forgot.
Yeah, but I got to agree. It's more of a stretch, really.
Yeah,
I like that.
There was still some left. Nice. But hey, probably in a few minutes, I'm probably end up dipping though. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can get a head start on my.
No, we are about to shut it down and stuff. It's 3:36 here, and it's what 2:36 on your end.
Yeah, 2:36. Yep.
Well, Carrie, I never said you was lying.
Yeah, no, me and Jordan were just saying we find it as a stretch that it would make sense in the scheme of that. I mean, it's just I can understand the one tape, but I think more of them. It's a bit of it's way too much of a stretch.
Oh God.
Haunted by Heart, thanks for stopping in, man. Unfortunately, we are about to wrap things up, but thank you for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. Fate has the full Randy video, by the way, if I haven't seen it. Oh, no, I haven't. I'm going to have to check that out. Thank you, Carrie. Do me a favor, Carrie, because Fate has a lot of stuff, a lot of content. If you have the link to that video, yeah, if you have the link to that video, send it to me on Instagram, please.
Same.
I appreciate you, Carrie.
Yeah, same.
Triple C coming in the clutch. See, Triple C, this is why you are the game.
Triple C.
Yeah, I still think Triple H is a little better.
Well, how would that make sense?
Triple H is. I love Triple H. I do. I don't think that guy gets enough credit for his work as a fucking heel. I don't.
And Carrie, don't take that out of context. Don't take that out of context. I actually met Triple H at a convention. Not a convention, at a meet and greet thing before WrestleMania. I guess you could argue it's a convention, I guess. But it's hosted by WWE, so technically it was their backstage stuff. So that's why I haven't met you. That's why I said I gotta say I think Triple H is a little better at the game.
So is he a dick or is he nice?
Oh, he's fucking awesome, dude. I have no complaints. He was fucking chill as hell.
See, because a lot of people give that guy flack, and I'm just like, yo, I've seen like even interviews like him interacting with people, and he just looks like the nicest fucking guy.
Now he can be a dick if you get on it, like if you insult him and shit, and like you bring the bad name to the company, but. Hell, even Stephanie's not as bad.
So much cooler than Triple H. Love it.
I don't know. I mean, Triple H did let me meet Stephanie. I mean, I did just randomly ask him. So, I mean, could you have pulled that off?
Damn, aren't you, man? You're fortunate, Stephanie, man. Enough said. Oh man!
And she
All
probably
right,
took my
gang.
balls and
We
put them
are
in her purse.
All right, ready?
Yeah, we're about to close it up here, guys. To everybody in the chat who stopped in the stream, thank you guys so much for your support. Guys, be sure if you haven't already, shoot this stream a like so can garner more attention on the replay and all that stuff. If you're a new viewer, if you come across the stream, hit subscribe to the channel. Helps a ton, as well as hit the notification icon to get all the latest content updates. But you guys, as I said, we're wrapping it up, and we will catch you guys later. I shot him 6 times.